All right, a very spooky morning, everybody here from the flight deck. Happy Halloween, first of all, to everybody. Nice to see everybody here today, and thank you very much for joining me as always. So what are we doing today? Well, today we're, as always, doing a pilot's life here live on Twitch. We've got our trusty Airbus A320 parked here in Copenhagen at gate D4, and we are going to do an on-schedule flight today. An on-schedule flight from Copenhagen, and we are going down to Munich, EDDM, Echo Delta Delta Mike. So starting out in Copenhagen, and the actual sched for this flight is 14:30, which is 48 minutes from now. And that takes us into Munich at 16:10, an hour and 40 minutes later. So we are going to try to get this aircraft off the gate precisely on time at 14:30. I'm pretty sure that's an achievement here in a pilot's life, but it's also just the fun of the challenge, trying to operate a sched service. Now, most of the time, airlines try to depart early, a couple minutes early. They try to have everybody on board early, leave early. That way they can guarantee they're going to arrive early. And because everyone's usually sitting around the airport an hour before the flight leaves, there's no reason why we can't board it early and usually depart at least a couple minutes ahead of schedule. So that's going to be our goal today. But yeah, we're going to try to do an on-sched flight today. So yeah, welcome aboard, everybody. And if I can just put myself up there, there I am. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the live stream. Yeah, I'm just super stoked, first of all, just because it's the second stream in 2 weeks. I have not had a chance to do 2 streams in 2 weeks back to back in months and months and months. Partly because just life gets in the way, things are busy, but I'm on vacation this week. Not necessarily by choice, it's a staycation. It's just simply, I'm at the bottom of the pecking order, so this is the vacation I get. It's not great vacation. November is not great vacation. Or October, I should say. But on the other hand, the plus side is that I have been off for this entire week to watch the Blue Jays go to the World Series for the first time in 32 years. I was I believe 12 years old the last time the Blue Jays were in the World Series. So yeah, 12, 13. Anyways, it's been a very, very long time since that happened, and it's just taken me right back to my youth. It's funny how far that's taken me back. So I have been watching this series religiously just because it's been such entertaining baseball, and it's a team that I really do enjoy and respect. So yeah, it's been kind of a nice benefit of being off this week, as I've been able to watch these games, even the epic 18 inning game on Game 3 on what was that, Monday night. It was insane, but it was still such good baseball. You get tired, but it's such good baseball. These are the 2 best teams in the league, and there's a reason why they're both here. Anyways, but I'm not here necessarily to discuss baseball. We're here to go fly an airplane for a little while. So why don't we hop in the flight deck and see if we can't get ourselves up and running here. And I guess I need to reset this. Nice close-up of the windscreen here. But I guess my track IR is a little bit misaligned. There we go. Not the normal view of the windscreen you would expect to get. Hello, I believe this is Stephanie, is our FO for the day. And it's courtesy of FS2 crew. Let's just go ahead and do some things really quickly here. So we got external power on, so we're just going to go ahead and get those IRs aligning, because that's really the first job we have to do. We can also get that at that. Let's start setting up.
Roger.
Let me know if she's too quiet. Let me know if anything's too quiet here. I can always adjust stuff. Adjust the levels here. I always find that, like, I have a hard time judging the background noise level. I don't want it to overpower me, but I want you guys to be able to hear what's going on in the background. So I'm always find myself kind of trying to find that balance, and it's hard to do it objectively when you're actually the person on stream. I don't know why this says we're supposed to leave at 13:40. I think SimBrief defaulted back to nope, that's not right. 14:30.
I'm out for the walk around.
All right, see ya. How she got through that closed door, I won't understand. But anyways, one of these circuit breakers is always out. Oh wait, Is it not? Did they finally fix it? Because they just dropped an update. This trim actuator circuit breaker that is always out when you get in the flight deck is actually in. Get out. Because it was always popped whenever you sat down. That's hilarious. Okay. Anyways, let's just hop in the box here really quickly. Do a little database swap. Clear the message. GPS primary lost. Never clear a message without reading it, but once you've read it and acknowledged it, clear the message. What are we doing today? So let's just start with some basic info here. We are Scandinavian 661, and we're going from Copenhagen to Munich. And let's just initialize our IRSs here. If I can find the right... yes, that's what I'm looking for. Alright, so I got my flight plan here. We're going to go to the flight log page. So north 5537.1 by east 1239.4. That all looks correct, so we can go ahead and align it on that reference point. That's the airport itself. And then the other thing we can do while we're waiting for that to happen is we can go and we can crunch some takeoff numbers. And actually, before I do that, back up a second here. Let's just see if we can find an ATIS for Copenhagen. So we don't have any VATSIM ATC this morning. At least we... Oh, we do! I was looking at it like 5 minutes ago and there's nobody there. And now there's people here. So, okay, I was going to go look up an ATIS on the internet. But turns out we can do it this way instead. Love it. Love it when it all works out. Okay. AOC... so what am I trying to do here? ATIS. Departure ATIS from Kastrup. So EKCH. Departure ATIS. VATSIM network. Send. Looks like I've got some preliminary load sheets. That's good. There's my ATIS. Perfect. Info Alpha 1320. That's about 25 minutes ago. Runway and use 22 right. Runway 22 right condition report at 1320. Condition code 666. All parts 100% dry. 170 at 49999 meters. QNH 1015. Oops. Oh, that's weird. That's weird. Huh. So my FCU, when I tried to adjust the QNH, just went to 0000. And then a second later, it pops to the right value, but in the interim, I'm kind of looking at it, expecting it to be there in front of my face, and it was not there. Interesting. All right, 1015. That's new. I've never noticed that before. Broken at 500 feet. Temperature is 10 degrees. Coming few at 3,000. No TAMS. First contact. Advise apron. If unable to perform, push back to a release point. This was Copenhagen departure info alpha. We should be able to do that thanks to GSX. So that's good. Okay. So 22 right is our departure runway today. So we got 22 right, dry runway, optimal configuration, no toga, anti-ice. We are going to need engine because there's a broken layer at 500 feet and it's below 10 degrees or below. So by the time we hit that layer at 500 feet, we will need the engine anti-ice on through the takeoff phase. Packs on. Sync load sheet 64.6, and then let's go 65.1 just to kind of round it out a little more. 170 at 4, 10 degrees, 15. All right. Intersection data. I don't know if we need an intersection. Let's just pull up the charts here for EKCH and 22 right. I might even do like Alpha 4. It seems like these are all like holding points that like you might use for takeoff. It's probably not that busy, but let's use Alpha 4 anyways. And then that gives me still some usable numbers. 300 meter takeoff shift, flaps 1, flexes. Yeah, oh yeah, no problem. It's dry runway anyway, so I'm not expecting too much of an issue there. So 4 minutes to alignment on the IRs. The other thing we can try to do, and I think I tried to do this last time and I don't think it worked, but I'm going to try it one more time since I've got a minute here to kill before the IRs align anyways. Let's see if we can get a pre-departure clearance from Kastrup here. So EKCH/EDDM. Call sign SAS661. I forgot what the ATIS was. Ah, dang it. It was info alpha. It was alpha. Okay, so. Let's see here. Should save all that stuff I've already put in there. Alpha, gate number Delta 4, and aircraft type A320. And if anything, the station should probably be EKCH. Or it might be EKDK, I wonder. I might put, because it's the center controller, it's not a tower controller, so I'll put it down as the center controller's call sign here. Because if anything, if he's doing any DLCs or DCLs, then that's probably how it'll come across. So 1015's in there, 1015 over here. 2 minutes to the alignment.
No
the one
issues
thing
on
I
the
don't know if you
walk-around.
guys noticed this here, but if I can bring up my spot view here, though, we do have a very nice looking jet bridge. If you remember when we ended the last stream, we had a jet bridge that did not. It just didn't look very good at the end of the day. It was it's reverted. I think GSX had reverted to default jet bridge. This is a much nicer looking jet bridge. This matches the airport. It obviously comes from the right spot. It reaches the airplane. The previous one started over here, so it never reached the airplane. So I think this is the correct. I think this is the correct jet bridge. It's really quiet. Usually with other airplanes around, it's usually really loud, but it is really quiet out here today. Quiet afternoon here in Copenhagen. All right, we got one more minute. Tama GT, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate it. It's been too long. It's been too long, and I'm happy to be able to do the second stream so shortly after the first one. And I'm hoping I'm going to try and set myself a goal of 2 streams every month, but maybe not every single week, because I hate to commit to that, because that's probably an unrealistic commitment in most cases. But I would like to do at least 2 streams every month. November, I don't see that being too much of a problem. I've got some weird scheduling where I'm like working middle of the week for a couple of weeks, for 1 week anyways, but I don't see that being a problem. I think November's going to be fine with that. December, I'll say, will probably potentially be an exception, because December's always nutty. Always nutty. I actually do have vacation to get in December. That's the one kind of good week of vacation. I always like to get vacation in December. I think that vacation in December is great, because, especially the early part of the month, because there's always so much to do that having a week off work helps immensely in getting things done, getting ready, and even giving you potential time to celebrate Christmas if you're going to be working over Christmas, which is generally the case for me. So, nav accuracy upgrade. And GPS is now primary, so we are now good to start setting up for our departure here, so we can go ahead and I don't know if we're going to get any messages back. Let's just see if we got anything back. Nothing back yet. I don't think we're going to get anything back, so we're going to init the flight here anyways. Init request. Stormy landing in Halifax is AM in a 7.5. Nice. Yeah, I mean, the last stream I did, it was kind of a gusty day here in Copenhagen. It's looking really nice right now, but stick to the end of the stream if you can, because right now they're calling for fog in Munich. This might be an auto land in Munich when we get to the end of the stream, because it's a foggy day down there. Okay, so that looks good for the flight init and secondary init. Yeah, I'm kind of excited. I was actually going to fail something, and then I was like, no, I don't want to lose my Cat 3 capabilities, because we might need a Cat 3 in Munich. I'm not even sure if Munich is Cat 3 capable. If not, we're going to divert to Frankfurt, so we might have it first if we can't do it.
The security and safety check are all done. Are we good to start boarding?
Go for it.
Okay.
All right, so first secondary flight plan uplink, EKCH-EDDM 467 miles. That all sounds about correct. So we're going to activate that, because we are going to recheck it. Check takeoff data, secondary flight plan uplink messages. The one thing I didn't do, but actually I was kind of waiting for her to cue me on this, was to actually start the boarding process. So trying to sync it all so that everybody's kind of doing the same thing at the same time. Don't know if that's actually going to work, and I do have legs now. Legs and a chest. I am a headless person. Sometimes track IR kind of But I kind of like it because, like, looking down at the empty seat, I was always a little bit weird. So I almost like having legs in the seat. That does kind of make it feel a little bit more like I'm actually a person, even though I'm just a headless person. Okay, yeah, so we've got takeoff data. We've got the secondary. We've got an ATIS. I think we are good to start upstairs. Halloween headless pilot. I love it. Yes, exactly. Halloween headless pilot. Okay, ATIS are all good. No lights on everything here. CVR test. Still weird that it just... the tone keeps going forever, but anyways. Let me know how the balance sounds on that if the background noise is too loud.
Fuel truck is in position. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
So you'll notice that I've switched to, oops. You may notice I've switched to like very verbose messages from GSX, and part of that was just some troubleshooting I was doing. I was having just having issues with. We haven't even started getting the fuel yet. Fuel truck should be on its way. That's the only trouble with starting loading late, is that the fuel truck also doesn't come, and then they don't load bags until they come. Yeah, I've had trouble with issues. I've had issues with GSX the last little while, so I've started putting it on explicit again, just to kind of get a hint as to exactly what it's doing at all phases of flight, and mostly it works pretty well, but every once in a while it just glitches out. Don't know why, different times it does, glitches out in different ways, but... Alright, strobes, nav lights are on, all the other lights are off, AP we're going to leave off for now. We don't really need the interior light yet, we probably will by the end of the flight because it's probably going to be afternoon. It's afternoon, it's going to be almost evening in Munich by the time we get there. Ties 12341. You don't know how much I missed your streams. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And here, like there was a part of me that like thought like maybe people were getting bored with it. I thought maybe people were getting bored with it because I don't seem to be able to maintain as many viewers consistently as I was able to before. So, all right, we're doing it. So yeah, there was a part of me that was wondering if streaming was still worthwhile. I still enjoy it though. It's just a question of finding that time. It's a big time investment. It's a big time sink. It's 2 to 3 hours out of your. It's easily 3 hours out of your day. It's at least 2 hours, 2.5 hours live on stream, plus at least like a half an hour to 45 minutes of prep time of just, you know, making the flight plan, setting up all the software, giving the computer a good old reboot just to make sure everything's going to work. Like, it takes a little while to get everything. So thank you very much for telling me that, because that makes me believe that I'm actually people actually are getting something out of this. 136,485. So what I'm looking for here is just, I'm going to set up the frequency, 136,485. Not going to tune it yet because I don't want the distraction of the background noises yet, but 136,485. I want to have it ready to go here pretty quickly when the time comes. 485, 136,485, perfect. Alright, pressure is an auto, 1450 for Munich, sounds good. Status normal! They fixed that. Every single time you'd bring this up on the ground, it would always say Cat 2, and that's not correct. It's not supposed to do that. I just got so used to seeing it, and the Cat 2 message would go away as soon as you started the engines, but it does not come up with anything now. It says status normal. Fenix guys, you're slowly but surely making this one of the best products out there. It's been a long slog. There's been a lot of you know, fits and starts along the way, but boy, you guys are just, you know, now you're cleaning up the little things. And one thing I'm wishing for is this stupid thing right here. I wish we could have the analog standby gauges in inches of mercury. They have the analog standby gauge in hectopascals, but not in inches of mercury. It's the same exact gauge, except with a different unit on it. It looks exactly the same. That's the one thing I've asked for that doesn't seem to be happening. All right, let's do it. 1FD2, altimeters. Sorry, QNH 1015 indicating 20 feet. QNH 1015 indicating 20 feet. QNH 1015 indicating 20 feet, and heading 023, 023. And then this is always an interesting one to try and spot. I think it's the easiest way to do this is this way. Yeah, I'll buy 023. 023, 023. All right. We're actually looking for this one. Sorry, making you guys dizzy here. All right. We are ready to get started in the box here. So the A320-200 with the V2527 Alpha 5 engines database is current until the 17th of April. No! And I literally ran the update yesterday, and then Fenix said, oh, we have an update for you. And I ran the update this morning. I didn't think to upgrade the Navigraph, because I was thinking it at the time, actually. I did think it, and I said, no. Why would they overwrite the existing nav data? Because most people who probably fly the Fenix probably have the Navigraph nav data. Why would they overwrite it? And they overwrote it. Bah humbug. Oh well. I can't change it now. I can't do an update while we're running the stream, so it's just going to have to... We're going to have to pretend that says 30th of October to whatever it is, 28 November or something, or 26 November, whatever the date is. Anyways, we'll assume that's correct. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. All right, I've got nothing deselected on the nav aids right now. And initialization, so the flight number again, SAS 661. We're going from Copenhagen to Munich and the alternate Frankfurt. Let's pull up some stuff here. So cost index is coming in at 14 and initial cruise is at 370. 14, 370. Let's see here. Standard temperature at 37 would be 57 degrees below zero, so minus 60 degrees is pretty good there. We should be a couple degrees on average ice of -2, so that's very, very, very close. Tropo 41.2 sounds good, so we'll depart EKCH, and again, we'll go with the flight plan for now until we get a clearance here. Flight planned route is Salo 1 Charlie, as far as Salo. Alright, so 22 right, Salo 1 Charlie. Hopefully nothing has changed in my nav database versus my flight plan here. So that's 22 right to Salo 1 Charlie, and then arriving in Munich, again the flight plan, we'll start with that. The Landu 2 Alpha 8 right. We'll go with that for now anyways, and we'll change if we need to. So ILS 8 right, Landu 2 Alpha, and no transition. Alright, so insert. So let's just go through here. So there's no discons there. We got, and yeah, go straight into Landu. That all looks good. Beauty. I saw your announcement in Discord and I thought, I'm not missing it. Haha, yeah. And you talk to yourself, Scott. I just like to, I'm kind of explaining what I'm doing as I'm going. I want you guys to understand what I'm doing. I don't want this to just be like a flash through everything, so I kind of try to explain everything. I do go a little faster than I would if I know 100% you don't understand it at all, because I think, you know, there's a lot of stuff to talk about, and I could slow this down to like absolute snail's pace, but we'd never get anywhere. So, Salo, Mike 44, Kogim, direct Merum, direct V-sub, T106 Tusto, T108 Landu. Alright, so I'm going to draw this over here on this screen so I can follow along, but let's go ahead back to the start. And after the arrival, which ends at Salo, we do Mike 44 to Kogum, direct Merum, direct V-sub. At V-sub, we join Tango 106 to Tusto, where we join Tango 108 for one leg till we get to Landu. And it looks like it's just a direct anyways, and that's the arrival there. With a discon for the arrival, that's fine. We have lots of time once we get en route to fix it. We do have a step climb in here today on my flight plan to 380 at Merum. So let's go back to Merum and let's just go step to 380 because we turn to face west instead of east at Merum. So we got a step in there. And normally this is one thing that Fenix hasn't done yet, is that once there's a step in there, even though there's no distance associated with it, it should have an SC, a little SC waypoint in between Merum and V-sub just to show the step climb waypoint. I'm not gonna complain too much because so much of what Fenix has done, it's just a miracle that they've gotten all this stuff in here that should be in there. No user-defined waypoints on this. The total distance 508, and again I have on my flight plan here an air distance of 522, so that's very reasonable with some vectoring lights in there. Alright, RadNav, we're going to leave it on auto for departure. Secondary, we're going to recopy it, and then...
Hi guys, here is the load sheet for you.
Thank you.
No problem. Have a safe
Well, they're
flight.
ready quickly. I'm just going to do an immediate return here to Kastrup via the ILS 22 right, assuming there is an ILS 22 right. Yes, ILS 22 right. No star, and then we're just ready to come back really quickly if we have to. Perfect. Over to the init Bravo page, taxi point 2, route reserve 0, alternate again, going to the flight plan here. Our alternate is to go over to Frankfurt, requires 1.8, final 1.0. So 1.8 for Frankfurt, the final reserve 30 minutes 1.0. And then if we go over here to our received messages, our preliminary load sheet, preliminary, 31st of October, 56 point, pretty much round up to 57 even. 57 slant 31. So 57 slant 31. 57.0, 31.0. The block fuel, I think it said fueling was done, so let's just go up here. 7.9. So this gives us a block of 64.7, checked against our takeoff numbers here. 64.7, 65.1, so we're a little bit under that weight, so that's good. Our takeoff numbers are valid. And wind component here, dig it up from the flight plan, average wind component minus 12 on the way to Munich today. So minus 12, and we'll check these numbers here. So we're looking for a trip of 119, 3.4. So I got 121, that's pretty darn close, 3.1, so we got about 300 kilos extra in the tank. Our extra today, so we got 1.3 weather fuel plus contingency 200, that's 1.5, and then plus 300 extra kilos here. That takes us about 1.8, 2 tons of extra fuel. We're in the right ballpark anyways. We got almost an hour of extra fuel now according to the flight plan, which is good. Ooh, here's one thing I want to check. Stop doing that. Nope. That is not an invalid delete. If you press clear on this, it should just take it to small zeros. Anyways, that's another little pet peeve, but I mean, the pet peeves I'm picking at and with Fenix are so tiny, they're barely even worth talking about. Okay, wind request. We've got the climb, cruise, and descent winds are all in blue, so we'll clear the wind data uplink message. And we'll go over here and we will send these values to the MCDU because I like them. 22 right, that all looks good. We've got the Alpha 4 intersection in there. So per page, 22 right. And so what we're looking for is 300 meter shift, flaps 1, flex 68. 300 meter shift, flaps 1, flex 68. 149, 149, 150. 149, 149, 150. Standard transition is, or sorry, transition is 5,000 altitude. 10, 10, 10, 10, 15, 10. 5,000, 10, 10, 20, 10, 20, 15, 20. Those values are not being updated. So we can update them manually. I'm happy with the 10, 10. It's pretty close. 210, the green dot speed. I'm going to pre-select that for the climb, so we'll do a noise 2 departure. And we're planning to cruise at Mach decimal 7.8. Prog page says cruising at 37 initially, the optimal's at 36, 38.5 is the max, so there's a reasonable distance between the cruise level and the max level. The total distance to EDDM is showing at 437.6, 438. The gray circle distance 437, so that's reasonable. GPS primary nav action is high, the RNP is auto, and the RSs are all navving with a 0.6 bias. Whew, we are good. Yes, and yes, Ties 12341 says wasn't MSFS 2020 just a huge prestige? Yeah, the realism, the level of realism that's achieved with FS 2020 was just fantastic. I still have not upgraded to 2024. I'm thinking more about it, but like after the money I just spent on my computer, and I also bought some skis the other day. Skiing is not a cheap hobby to get into anymore either. I feel like I don't have the money for it right now. All right, sounds kind of quiet. Let me just check my settings here. Oh, because you know why? It always sounds quiet because gotta turn up the volume. Oh, hold on. We have a tower. It's a good thing I looked at my V-pilot window. 118.105.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board today. As you locate your assigned seat,
118.105 for the tower.
smaller items under the seat in front of you to provide more room for larger items in our overhead compartment. If you need assistance, contact the flight attendant. If you are unable to accommodate any item
Castro Tower, good morning. Scandinavian 661 Stand Delta 4 information,
Also
Alpha
remove the
IFR
safety
to
instruction
Munich.
card in your seat pocket.
Scanner 661, Capital good afternoon, standby for clearance, number 1 break, red nose 3250, Capital.
Red nose 3250, holding short 2 to right.
Red nose 3250, wind 160 degrees 6 knots, runway 2 to right, clear for takeoff after departure, contact 136, 485, thank you.
Cleared for departure 2 to right, after departure 136, 485, red nose 3250, thank you.
Postman 420, welcome Castrop, taxi stand Golf 121 via Golf. Golf 121 via Golf, Postman 420.
I see your question. I'm going to answer in a second.
661, copy, are you ready to copy?
Go ahead, 661.
Scan 661, you are clear to Munich, follow 1 Charlie departure runway 2 to right, squawk 6063.
And Scandinavian 661 cleared to Munich via the Salo 1 Charlie departure off runway 22 right, squawk 6163.
Scan 661, read back correct.
All right, there we go. To answer your question, yeah, if you want to report them, feel free. I just ignore the spammers for the most part. So to answer your question about the number in the departures, the number just indicates the version. So the first time a SID or a star is published, it's called the Salo 1 Charlie, and then if it gets revised and changed ever, the second edition is the Salo 2 Charlie, Salo 3 Charlie, all the way to Salo 9 Charlie. When they reach Salo 9 Charlie, then they would circle back again to the Salo 1 Charlie. The whole point is just like, if you've got just the last 1 or 2 versions ago, you know you've got the correct version. No one thinks you're ever going to be 9 versions behind. So that's all it is. It's not a flight level. It's just simply a version number, so that when the procedure gets updated, everyone's aware of it, because now it's got a new title. Now it's no longer Salo 2 Charlie. Now it's Salo 3 Charlie. So everyone knows, oh shoot, I got to look at that chart again and read that chart again, because it's changed since the last time I looked at it. And sometimes it's a very small insignificant change, but that's what it is. It's basically a version number. Okay, all right, so we got our clearance. I was starting the APU there. So fuel, looks like fuel is done here. So we got 7.9. Let's just check that against our flight plan here. We are calling for 7.862. Yeah, we got 7.
Hey guys,
7860.
all packs are on board. Are we clear to close?
Go for it. Yes. Cleared to close. For some reason, that's the message that never gets understood. All right, we got nothing in the center tanks, but we do have all the fuel we need. So, wing tank pumps are going on. Center tank pumps are staying off because there's nothing in the center tank. Seat belts are on. Cleared to close. Yes, it'll be a short taxi.
Anti-ice.
Cancel checklist.
Roger.
All right. Oh my God, she's doing all sorts of stuff. Stop doing stuff. Stop doing things. Okay, I'm not ready for you yet here. And now for some reason my sim is just like grinding to a halt here, which is weird, but anyways, okay. So we checked the fuel. We should have a load sheet. I keep getting distracted here, and for some reason my computer is just grinding to a halt here. I'm not sure exactly why. Curious to see what's using up all this bandwidth here. Okay, anywho, so if we go back to here, we should have the final load sheet, so let's put that in to make sure all our numbers are correct. 56.9 by 31. So 56.9 by 31, so I'll just change the 56.9. 31, that takes us down to 64.6. We were good up to like 65.1, so that's good.
Good day, this is Ryan at Tango Bravo, stand Foxtrot 4 information Alpha. We are requesting IFR clearance.
And let's do this.
Ryan at 3 Tango Bravo, catch up very good.
Flight plan.
You're clear to Dublin, Odon 1 Foxtrot departure, and wait to the left.
That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for my charts. There we are. Alright, so charts.
We clear the destination Dublin, where the Odon 1 Foxtrot departure
Salo 1 Charlie.
Runway 22 left, flaplane route, and squawk is 2067 for Ryanair 3 Tango Bravo.
Ryanair 3 Tango Bravo, read back correct.
Alright, hopefully it doesn't get too loud here. I'll mess with it if I have to, but 10-3 kilo, F takeoff from tower frequency to 1,000 feet, then contact departure. Radar vectoring will normally be provided by CAST departure to expedite traffic. When I start to line up a squawk assigned code, CPDLC available above flight level 100. SIDs include noise abatement procedure. Strict adherence during climb out is mandatory. Alright, so the 1 Charlie here. So let's just follow along in the box and on the screen here. So I got it in plan mode. So Salo 1 Charlie. Track to Rubat, so you can see Rubat's right there. CH-818, CH-819, CH-820, and then Salo. Pretty straightforward. Initial climb clearance 7,000 or is requested if lower, so 7,000 is going to be set there. Oops. There we go, 7,000 feet is there. All right. Are you ready for the takeoff briefing?
Go ahead.
Alright, and let's just quickly look at this. Weather's good, radar's not required, pushback required, it's config 1 for takeoff, thrust is reduced, no threats, takeoff runway is 22 right, whatever, 148, 148, 149 I believe, right? Perf. Sorry, no it is 149, 149, 150, it did get correct, sorry, my bad. 149, 149, 150, cruising at 37,000, flex 68, that's good, thrust direction 1,000, that's all good. Okay, perfect. Oops, not that button, it's this button. There we go. Okay, so the departure today, so first of all, technical status, we got no faults on the aircraft, we got no NOTAMs affected departure. Departure today is the Salo 1 Charlie departure out of Kastrup. 10-3 kilo. So the routing constraints are all as published. We got a max 250 knots at or below 7,000. We'll contact departure through 1,000 feet. And yeah, for ATC purposes, select the initial climb profile with low acceleration altitude followed by continuous acceleration to at least minimum clean speed. Inform ATC if unable to apply. So that's what we're going to do. Low acceleration altitude, so 1,000 feet. We're going to start accelerating and up to our minimum clean speed green dot, which is 210 today. Okay, so that's the departure procedure. Noise abatement is to follow the chart, and engine failure, we're going to follow the procedure as well. It's going to keep us out over the ocean. We'll get up to at least 2,000 feet over the ocean in the event of an engine failure, but we'll just follow this route. That'll take us out the right way. Performance in the box, you can see there, it's a left seat departure off runway 22 right, dry runway, 300 meter takeoff shift for Alpha 4. We'll clear it if we get any other intersection. Flap 1 and a flex of 68, V1 149, VR 149, V2 150. The transition altitude is 5,000 feet, and we got 10, 10, 10, 10, 15, 10 for the thrust direction, acceleration, engine out altitudes. 210, the green dot speed is pre-selected for the climb. It's managed departure. I got climb blue nav blue. Get the autopilot on shortly after departure because it's busy departure with ATC, and it's an RNAV departure. And let's see here on the MCDU down there in the corner, the rad nav is auto tuning. That's fine. The second, the fuel prediction says we are just a hair above max landing weight, 64.5. So immediate return. We're probably gonna be okay, but we'll just have to quickly double check. If we're not sure at all, flaps 3 and packs off for the return. Otherwise, otherwise we do the overweight landing checklist. But if we get below 64.5, it's not necessary. And the immediate return on the secondary flight plan is back to 22 right here. All right, over to you for any comments, questions, threats. Do you have any questions?
Takeoff runway.
Cancel checklist.
Takeoff runway confirmed.
Cancel checklist. Do you have any questions?
Cabin crew be seated for takeoff.
Do you have any questions? Any questions? Any questions?
No questions.
Thank you. Wow. She's not a good listener. Now she's got lights on. Oh my god, he's really suck at this. Alright. We are good to go. Let's just get the external power off here, and we still got, we're 10 minutes early, which is generally the margin for departing early. Usually you're allowed to leave 10 minutes early. So let's go ahead and get the beacon on. and that shall summon the ground crew and everything. You'd see GSX's menu popping up here. All right.
Tower, good afternoon. Scandinavian 85 Alpha, and Bravo.
I like the FS2 crew most of the time, and it gives the illusion that we're trying to fly as a 2 crew environment. I really wish I could have like a real person sitting there. But I find I like the FS2 crew. I'm sorry if it annoys you, because it does annoy me sometimes too.
On 1 Charlie departure, 2 right and squawk 0570. Scandinavian 85 Alpha.
Just gonna turn them down a little bit.
85 Alpha, read back correct.
Okay, so we're just gonna go through pre-flight
afternoon wind 1
pre-flight checklist.
6 knots, runway to the left, clear to land.
What the heck is the stupid checklist called? I don't have my checklist here. I had it the other day, and then I've done something with it. I don't know what. I don't know where I put my checklist. Dang it. Okay, because what is that stupid checklist called? I don't even know what the checklist is called here. Cockpit preparation checklist, that's what it's called.
Gear pins and covers.
Removed.
Fuel quantity.
7.9 kilograms.
Seat belts.
On.
Adheres.
Nav.
Borrow ref.
QNH-1015.
1015. Set. Cockpit preparation checklist completed.
Before start checklist.
Parking brake.
Set.
Takeoff speeds and thrust.
Speedbird 812, crash of fire due to afternoon wind
V1 149, VR 149, V2 150, flexing 68 degrees.
V1 149. VR 149. V2 150. Flex temp 68 degrees. Windows.
Closed.
Beacon.
On.
Before start checklist completed.
Alright, let me just pull up my chart here, because I want to be ready here to do a pushback to where they want. So let's just get the parking stands up here.
Radar and predictive wind shear system.
Cancel checklist.
Roger.
My god, she's annoying sometimes. You think it mutes and the mute button doesn't always catch it. Okay, so these are probably the start boxes here. Okay, so let's see if we can make this work here. Castrop Tower, Scandinavian 661, stand Delta 4, A320 with information Alpha, ready for pushback.
Scan 661, check squawk 6063.
Oh, sorry, we'll change it to 6063, Scandinavian 661.
Scan 661, pushes approved, Louis Point Sierra 1, QNH-1015.
Pushback to Sierra 1, Scandinavian 661.
Scan 661, please confirm QNH-1015.
QNH-1015, Scandinavian 661. Alright. So they want us to go back to spot Sierra 1. Wow, that's really loud now out here. And it can be a real pain to get GSX to do this, but it's pretty much right here. So wrong way. I do like that you can customize these things, though. It's a little bit tedious sometimes to get this thing to turn. That's the one thing about GSX I find is tedious. There's another shortcut key, but I can't remember what it is, and I'm not going to look it up right now. I'm just going to go back a little bit further. That's good enough.
Given 2676.
All right.
Afternoon wind 160 degrees 6 knots. Please approach number 2.
Here's a yellow brake check. We do get brake pressures there. And brakes are off, ready for pushback, spot Sierra 1. I gotta turn it back up now that they're outside. Oh, look at the cute little business jet for some reason at the... It's okay. It's fun having other people around and having ATC around. I can't remember if she said it was if he said it was okay to start. I think he did. He usually does. So we're going to just go ahead and fire him up. I would ask as well, but I'm not going to get a response from GSX. Hey guys, are we clear to start engines? And they say yes. All right. Starting engine 1.
Okay.
Given 2676. Expect lane landing clearance.
Lane landing clearance. Can I event 2676?
It seems like nothing's ever going to happen with these engine starts on the IAEs. Just like the N2 just rolls up through 23, 24, 25.
But I want to vacate by Bravo 4.
Speedbird 8.
And there's the fuel flow. And you see the EGT is starting to rise. We do have oil pressure, and here comes the N2. Or the N1, I should say. But it seems like nothing happens on these engines for a long time.
Given 2676, wind 160 degrees 6 knots, runway to the left, clear to land.
To the left, clear to land. Can I event 2676?
Set parking brakes.
Speedbird 812.
Alright, make sure we did come to a full stop, because I've been told to set brakes when the airplane is still moving before. Brakes are set, confirm the pins are moved.
Charlie 27 via Bravo, Romeo cross, Romeo 12, BB 812.
Alright. Looks like a good start on number 1. Starting engine 2.
Okay.
Alright, so the valve opens, we get the N2 flow, N2 increasing. Almost there. There's 25%. Now you start to get the fuel flow. We do have oil pressure. Alright, I confirm the bypass pin is removed. You convert to hand signals. Thank you. Alright, we're getting a rise in EGT. We're getting a rise in N1. Ground crew's walking away. We got tug. We got at least 3 people, and here comes the 4th person with the pin. Alright, I see the pin, thank you. And bye-bye. Alright. And there goes a fail. Good stuff. Alright. So we got normal starts on engines 1 and 2. After start checklist.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Ecom status.
Checked.
Pitch trim.
Roger. Welcome, Castro. Taxi stand Bravo 8 via Bravo, Charlie, Alpha, Zulu, Mike. Runway 12.
Set and check.
Rudder trim.
Neutral.
After start checklist completed.
676. Roger.
Alright, one thing I realized I forgot to do here really quickly is I forgot to start my flight tracker, so I'm just going to do that right now really quick here. And I do use my SIM Connect. And that should work now. Just for tracking my overall. Cancel checklist.
Roger.
I really wish you'd stop listening to me sometimes. When I'm not talking to her, stop listening. Okay, before we do anything else, just because it's a short taxi out, let's do this. Flight control check.
Flight controls.
That's weird. Cancel checklist.
Roger.
Flight control check.
Ready? Full up.
Scan 6 to Juliet, constructor, good afternoon.
Full down.
Randa, Max 5, carefully depart the
Neutral.
runway to the right.
Full left.
704.
Full right. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Scan 6 to Juliet, read back correct.
Flaps 1. Flaps 1. Do it myself. Castrop Tower, Scandinavian 661, ready taxi.
Scan 661, taxi, hold
Anti-ice.
to right, Romeo, Bravo, Echo 1, cross runway 12.
Ready?
Scandinavian 661, taxi 22 right via Romeo, Bravo, Echo, cross runway 22.
Echo 1, cross runway 12.
Correction, cross runway 12, Scandinavian 661. That makes more sense. Okay, so Romeo, Bravo, and Romeo, Bravo,
6 to Juliet,
Echo 1,
20 Yankee 1,
crossing runway 12, so that all makes sense. All right. Clear left side. Clear left side. Cancel checklist.
Roger.
Clear left side.
6 to Juliet, pushing approved.
Clear right side.
Yankee 1, QNH1015.
Taxi light on. Okay, so there's a wall right there, so you don't want to go too close to it. If anything, oversteer a little bit.
Scandinavian 85 Alpha, request taxi.
Brake check.
Scandinavian 85 Alpha, taxi holding to
Pressure
right,
0.
Papa, Foxtrot Alpha, cross runway 12.
Taxi holding point to right via Papa, Foxtrot Alpha, cross runway 12, Scandinavian 85 Alpha.
All right. It's quite a lot of airplanes out here today. It's a busy little morning in Copenhagen. So I did the flight control check at just after the pushback, just because it's a pretty short taxi out here. There's not a lot of room to do these checks. So, taxi checklist.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Checked. Flap setting.
Config 1+F.
Config 1+F. Radar and predictive wind shear system.
On and auto.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
ECAM memo.
Checked. Takeoff, no blue.
Taxi checklist completed.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our flight today.
All right.
Flight attendant speaking. Please direct your attention to the cabin crew for important safety information.
Can you get out of the way, please?
Card in your seat pocket that illustrates
I love the
safety
vehicles driving around the
on
airport, but they
aircraft.
never get out of your way. I really wish they had a better function of getting out of your way when you're taxiing towards them. Because they just sort of sit there stunned and then never will move. And that's frustrating. Anywho. Alright, we are underway on another pilot's life career, and actually while I'm thinking about it, let's just make sure it does have taxi out as the flight stage. It does. Good. So it does know what we're doing. Alright. Coming up to runway 12, we are cleared to cross runway 12. Clear left side. Clear on the left. Strobes on.
The cabin is pressurized. If there is a loss of cabin pressure, a panel will open and oxygen masks will appear. Remain seated with your seat seatbelt fastened and pull a mask towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Oxygen will be flowing to the mask even though the bag may not inflate. Cover your nose and mouth with the mask. Place the elastic band around your head and tighten by pulling on the end. Secure your own mask before assisting others. Your seat bottom cushion
Strobe's off.
is used as a flotation device.
Strobe light off.
Pull up and remove the cushion. Upon exiting the aircraft, place your arms around the cushion and hold on to the straps located on the back.
Alright, here comes taxiway Echo 1.
Smoking is not permitted in the cabin.
We
or
got gas. We got no lights on the overhead panel. Status is clean. Checklist is done. Just the lineup checklist to go.
Thank you for your attention.
Alright, since we're
85 Alpha, wind 160 degrees 6 knots, runway to the right, clear for takeoff, up departure, contact communicate control, frequency 136, decimal 485, thank you.
Alright, this is
Clear
Echo
takeoff to
1.
right after departure 136.485, Scandinavian 855, thank you, bye bye.
We're gonna hold short of runway 22 right here.
Bravo request taxi.
And a 3 Tango Bravo, taxi hold to left, via Whiskey Victor.
There goes the company traffic.
Taxiing order point 2 to left via Whiskey and Victor. Ryanair, please Tango Bravo.
So we're gonna clear the takeoff shift because we're doing the full length. So there's the takeoff.
661 behind departing, 7 A320, line up and wait, runway to the right, behind.
Behind the departing 320, line up runway 22 right, Scandinavian 661. Runway entry procedure.
Takeoff runway confirmed.
878, and Charlie 39.
Approach
22
path
right on
clear
the
of
paint,
traffic.
matches the
Cabin
box.
crew be seated for takeoff.
To Beijing, with information Bravo.
China 878, Kasper good afternoon, clear to Beijing, CMAX 9 Charles departure, runway to the right, squawk 0463.
We're clear to Beijing, CMAX 9 Charlie departure, runway to right, squawk 0463, China 878.
China 878, read back correct.
Lineup checklist.
Takeoff runway.
22 right confirmed.
Runway 22 right confirmed. TCAS.
TARA
Packs 1 and 2.
on.
Lineup checklist completed.
821, Kasper good afternoon, clear to Heathrow, Lango to Charlie departure, runway to the right, squawk 3470.
On time departure, yes. We actually left probably about 5 or 6 minutes early. It took us a little longer to taxi out than I'd hoped, but that's okay. But yeah, in terms of the schedule, the off the gate time, we were early. We were ready a few minutes early. The key is to give yourself enough time too.
7821, read back correct.
30 minutes is often not enough.
Scandinavian 661, wind 160 degrees 6 knots, runway to the right, clear for takeoff after departure, contact 136, decimal 485, thank you.
Alright, after departure we'll contact us 136 decimal 485, clear for takeoff, runway 22 right, Scandinavian 661, thanks for the service, good day.
Ryanair 3 Tango Bravo, line up and wait, runway to the left.
Lining up and wait, runway to the left.
Takeoff.
Check.
Manflex 68, SRS runway, auto thrust blue.
Check. Thrust set.
First, Nordic 971, read back correct. The brake rate, Scandinavian 62 Juliet, taxi hold the line to right, by
100
Yankee
knots.
Alpha, cross
Check.
112.
V1. Rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Nav. Autopilot 1. Climb, alt blue.
Cross 824, descend
First climb, auto thrust.
QNH 1015, free speed. Skinner 85 Alpha, direct PST.
Flap 0.
Scandinavian
Speed
85 over.
Scandinavian
Flaps
85
0.
Alpha, clear direct PST.
Direct PDL, Scandinavian 85 Alpha.
Scandinavian 661, 2100, climbing flight level 70.
Scan 661, Copenhagen identified, climb flight level 190.
Climb flight level 190, Scandinavian 661. Flight level 190 is set. Alright, and we're now through 3,000, so that's considered noise abatement for most places. We can go ahead and manage the speed. Now we're accelerating to 250. Gonna make the hard left turn here momentarily. That must be the departure ahead of me there.
Goes 864, contact the Gamma radar 126.
Just see the light flash. I don't think you can see it really very well, but the light's flashing right over there, just in the clouds. Coming up to transition level here.
Scandinavian
Standard
Echo,
cross
climb
check.
flight level 360.
Passing flight level. 0, 5, 5. Now.
Roger. All right. We are good. After takeoff, so we got the, let's see, lights are out, gears up, flaps are up, spoilers retracted, anti-ice. We never put the anti-ice on for the departure. There's not another call for the anti-ice to go on, which is kind of annoying. There should be a second call for it to go on. You may not need it for the taxi out, but you may need it for the takeoff. Which was the case here, but that's okay.
Copenhagen Control, hello, cleared Munich for Charlie arrival, runway
We're at
2
tap
left.
plus 13 now anyways, and away we go. So the next question is, of course, are we going to get there on time? Arrival time is scheduled for 1610. We're showing 1600 landing in Munich. A 10-minute taxi in. That's very reasonable. I think we're going to have an on-time arrival today.
Runway 3 Tango Bravo, Copenhagen Control, hello, identified.
Very nice, very nice.
From 819, Copenhagen identified. Climb flight level 380.
Just a little bit there.
Time level 380,
And, oh, there's the airport back there. You can see some approach lights. You can see a bunch of airplanes. You can see someone just departed just after us there. I don't know how well you can see it, but there's another light climbing out right there. There's definitely some airplanes on the move. Copenhagen's a busy place tonight.
From the 824, continue present heading.
All right, 10,400, climbing flight level 190.
Skinner 661, contact Sweden Control 126.825, bye-bye.
Sweden 126.825, Scandinavian 661, g'day.
First line of 139.
126.825.
Beauty Shallow, identified new squawk 4713.
Squawk 4713, Scandinavian 1787.
Sweden Control, good afternoon. Scandinavian 661, 113, climbing 190.
Scandinavian 661, Sweden, good afternoon, identified, climb to flight level 250.
Climb flight level 250, Scandinavian 661. All right, 250 is set.
Scandinavian 522, contact Rhine radar 133.
On the left is Denmark, and on the right is Sweden. Separated by this small little channel of water here. Nice. Nice, okay, so far so good. I'm pretty happy. Performance seems to be a little bit wonky today. It seems to be not quite as smooth as I'm used to. I'm not sure why. And I really don't want to spend a whole lot of time on stream diagnosing it, so I'll mess with it. But it's funny because, like, the sim is always like that. Like, there'll be days where it's great and everything works and it's fantastic, and there'll be other days where it's like, all of a sudden it's chunky and you don't know why. you swear you did the same thing as yesterday, and yet the sim does not want to perform today. I don't know if it's the number of airplanes that were on the ground there in Kastrup that was maybe having an impact. I don't know, but at moments it definitely seemed very chunky. Maybe it's just the detail of the scenery. That is the Fly Tampa Copenhagen. So that's Fly Tampa's always pretty intense scenery. You got to give them that. They do some fantastic things, but it is always pretty intense for the computer to try and process it. All right, coming up to the cloud layer here. Engine anti-ice going on for this one. Good. Yeah, so I don't know which one's better or not. I don't know. So I'm hoping that Munich's not going to be a problem. Munich, where I'm just using the bespoke airport. It's funny because like I checked that could be it combined with VAT traffic. Yeah, exactly. Fly Tampa combined with a bunch of airplanes, and there was quite a few airplanes. I don't know. I'm curious now. Look at the VATSIM radar here, but there was quite a few airplanes on the ground. It was definitely busy there. Right now it's showing 7 departures. 7 departures, plus there was the guy in front of me, the guy behind me. Like there had to be 9 or 10 airplanes on the ground there. So definitely not a lack of airplanes anyway. So yeah, that combined with the heavy scenery at Copenhagen definitely could have been the impacting factor. But it's funny because like even places where I think I should get good performance, at times I think I should get good performance, or places I don't, and then I do get good performance. Like you just don't know. Some days it just seems like the sim has a mind of its own. It's like rolling the dice on it. I did a flight to LA, and mind you, it's the default LA scenery, but LA scenery is still crazy, and the performance was phenomenal yesterday. So yeah, I find there's a certain element of randomness to it that I cannot figure out why some days the performance will be absolutely fantastic and other days it'll be just terrible. But we're on our way. Trying to make sure I'm listening for ATC instructions here. But there we go. We are on our way to Munich. It's only an hour and 4. Direct to Marham, Scandinavian 661. Alright, so direct to Marham. Insert. I might turn him up again a little bit because he's a bit quieter than the last controller and I'm having a bit of a hard time hearing him sometimes. I don't want to miss a call. So we are now navving to Marham. There it is. And you can see our step climb there programmed in at Marham. Just a short little 1,000 foot climb because we're changing directions. Alright. Static temperature is -26, so that's fine. Sometimes background process running on the PC also. Yeah, this is one. That's why, like, I have one important rule when I stream, and that is I always reboot my computer before I stream, and then I don't run anything I don't have to before I stream, because yeah, background processing absolutely, like they can always be problematic. Maybe I'll shut down one or two things here. I have a few things. I have like the RGB fan controller running. I mean, how much could that really be doing? But you never know.
Could I get another 13 Sigma 485?
Yeah, you just never know. Yeah, and you're right, but that's why like I always reboot. I always start with a clean boot every single time I run a stream for that reason, because
1,000 to go.
240 climbing 250.
Höger ut, klar starta, Siggebert Liv.
Individual Seabed 778 Foxtrot, number 350
Seabed 778 Foxtrot, Sweden, identified.
Speed, Alt Star.
Finland 1 to Mike, flex.
Finna 1 to Mike, ordered you back, thank you. Second station calling Dragon for me. Scribble 780 Foxtrot, Sweden, good afternoon, identified.
Halt. Yeah, Tama GT, you're preaching to the choir. Tama GT said, yes, me too, but Windows sometimes decides to run things from time to time depending on how it's set up. We are losing more and more control over what it does, LOL. That's why I love Linux. One day I may install XP12 on Linux. And, yeah. Trying to listen to the ATC here. And I find he's quiet. But yeah, I 100% agree. Watch my last stream, I ranted about Microsoft and their lousy operating system. And it used to be a very good operating system. Like in the XP days, it was pretty solid. It had its issues, but like it was pretty solid, and it wasn't full of bloatware like it is now. There's so much bloatware built into Windows. That's a huge problem now. Good luck.
AGM 761, Sweden control identified, climb to flight level 280.
So very, yeah, I feel the same frustration. You don't know what's running. That's why I like to run a separate third-party firewall program, because then you see how many different pieces of software are running and phoning home from Windows, and you can block things that are unnecessary, things that are like statistics trackers and data trackers. It's like, that stuff is unnecessary, and I block a lot of that stuff. Everyone's like, oh, use the Windows Defender's firewall, but like, Windows assumes that everything it runs is great, and it's not true by any means. That's why I like having an independent third-party firewall, because it identifies all the Windows stuff that's running and connecting to the internet, and you can terminate stuff. It's like there's no need for this stuff to run. Okay.
661, contact Bremen 123.225.
Just looking ahead. I don't see anybody. Oh, there is Munich controllers. Oh my god, there's Munich controllers too. Okay, great. Well, that's good. Which means we could probably request an ATIS for Munich just to get out ahead of it, especially if it's going to be lousy weather.
139 requesting to descend 3,000 feet.
Let's see here.
Big 9139, descend via the start at 3,000 feet, QNH 1014.
Descend via the start to 3,000 feet, QNH 1014.
I'm sorry, the station regarding cruise levels is Scandinavian 11 Echo.
Munich information, Charlie, 1420, 8 left, 8 right. 2322. Apparently I missed a call.
Yes, Scandinavian 139 is there, speed limit.
And I heard Scandinavian 661, but it was partly blocked.
Okay, Scandinavian 62 Juliet, cleared level is flight level 280.
Okay,
and Scandinavian 661, contact Bremen 123.225.
123.225, Scandinavian 661, thank you.
Sweden control, Siggebert Liv.
Jump cargo 192, prime radar. Directed 0 and information level 260, jump cargo 192.
It's a lot of work to work through this ATC here.
Scandinavian 3 Alpha, contact flight radar 133.035, bye-bye.
Bremen, Scandinavian 661, level 250.
First Scandinavian 3 Alpha, 133.035, bye-bye.
133.035,
Scandinavian 611, identified, hello, climb to flight level 280.
Climb flight level 280, Scandinavian 661. First climb, all blue, flight level 280 set. We're getting up there slowly, little by little. Good thing we packed on some extra gas.
To my car, request Unicom.
Yeah, a lot of work. A lot of work talking on the radio this much here. So we are
Bye-bye,
1 hour and 5 minutes to go on the airtime, so it's going to be time to set up for the arrival before we know it. It says ice not detected, but we're still minus 35 degrees. We got to get a little bit colder before we can get up there. Yeah, I can't even think what I was talking about there now for a second. I was going to talk about something, but I didn't want to talk too much because I don't want to get distracted from.
Scandinavian 661, contact line radar 133.035. Bye-bye.
133.035, Scandinavian 661. Control, hello, Scandinavian 661, 266, climbing 280.
Scandinavian 661, Ryan radar, you identified, report requested level.
Request flight level 350, Scandinavian 661.
Scandinavian 661, roger, climb to flight level 350.
Climb flight level 350, Scandinavian 661. Alright, 350 set, roger 350, still thrust climb all blue. And we're almost down to minus 40 degrees. Once we get below minus 40 degrees, we can turn off the anti-ice because it's too cold for ice to form. Flying Brazil at the moment was ATC on, but they logged off just when I loaded up. I have that effect on folks. I know, I feel like we all do. I think everyone, 90% of the people in this network think that. Like, it's... The thing is, like, if you log on looking for ATC, it takes you 30 minutes to load up the sim, load up a flight, get ready to go, and half the time, if the ATC's already been online for an hour, then they're approaching their departure time. They're approaching their log-off time. So because of that lag, it takes you to get online. Where the ATC comes online and you see the ATC, you start chasing it, but because it takes you 30 to 40 minutes to get set up to fly in that ATC location, by the time you get ready to go, the ATC half the time is already gone. I think that, yeah. And so it feels like they're avoiding us. It's not the case, I don't think, at all. There's outside air temperature minus 41 degrees. We can turn off the anti-ice, put the power pack to our engines. It feels like that sometimes. I don't think it actually is the case by any means, but it just feels like that sometimes. Okay, so we were looking at the ADAS here really quick. Visibility 7 kilometers, so it's not foggy there. They were calling for fog this morning, but it doesn't look like it's happening. Clouds broken to 200 feet, though. It's just barely off the deck. Trend temporary clouds scattered 300 feet. Charlie. So we'll have to, we'll definitely be doing an ILS Cat 1 down to minimums. We might even do the Cat 2. Cat 3 just, yeah, of course, absolutely. Tom GT said, so true, very cool with it, and lots of respect for ATC on VATSIM. Everyone's ability to commit time is different. I think I'm supposed to be is different and appreciated, and I agree 100%. Like it's all volunteers, so like I never get mad. I do get frustrated because like sometimes you're actually chasing the ATC and they do disappear right in front of you. I do get frustrated about that, but I don't. My frustration is just with the situation. It's not with the person. I don't fault anyone for leaving when they have to leave, and I think you guys have seen that in my ATC stream that I am a committed people pleaser. I really, really want to. I really, really want to be online as long as possible. I really do. I want to be online the whole time. I want to make sure, like, if there's people online, I want to provide them service. The only time I feel okay about logging off is when there's another controller taking over. Otherwise, I feel bad. I feel bad if I leave and I leave people and they're still out there. But this is, VATSIM is very much, it will lure you in. If you're that kind of person that you want to just help out one more person, you'll end up being online for an extra 3 hours longer than expected. So, like, I do have to set, like, limits for myself for that reason. Especially, yeah, and Tom and GT just made that same comment that do some marathons. I've heard you say logging off in 5 minutes, 30 minutes later still going. Exactly. Like, and usually I try to set myself a soft limit and a hard limit. I set myself like a target log off time, which is like, I would like to log off at this time, and that gives me like 1 hour or 90 minutes before I have to go to bed or go to work or whatever. But then like I'll set like a hard time like 30 minutes later and be like, okay, at this time I am logging off no matter what's happening because I do have to go to work. So yeah, I will set myself off in the soft and the hard target. The soft target is like, if there's nothing happening and it's a convenient time to leave, I'll try to leave at that point. And between the soft and the hard target, if there's any good point in between there where it's kind of quiet and it's a good opportunity to log off and I'm not kind of leaving anybody in the lurch on the intercept vector or something, I'll try to pick that moment to log off so that I'm not leaving people in the lurch. But yeah, I'm very much a people pleaser in that respect. All right. Put this on airport mode. Wow, there's a lot of airports out here. All right. There's 34, climb 35. Thank you. So the one thing I just want to say, Tom and GT, while you're out here, you may be living out in, I'm pretty sure you said Manitoba, but go Jays, go. Ha! There's only one Major League Baseball team in Canada, so you gotta really vouch. You gotta really root for them here. Because that has been my story of the week here. I'm just watching this level off here. There's Mach, Alt Star.
Level 370, 3 to go.
Right, 3 to go for check, climb to level 370.
Climb 370, right, 3 to go.
There's Mach, there's Alt Star, and there's. Come on. There it is. Alt. There we go. All right, we're now leveling cruise. Yeah, I gotta say, like, I am super stoked about the Blue Jays and what they're doing this year, and I've been an on and off, very low-key Blue Jays fan for a very long time. You know, being someone who lives in the area, you know, they are the hometown team, so I've liked them, and I think for some reason baseball has always been one of my favorite professional sports. I don't know why. At times it's a very boring sport. You really have to get into it and really want to be in it to really understand it. And as a third-party observer, it can be a pretty boring sport to watch. Just strikeout after strikeout. You know, you're not. The skills of the pitchers and the batters sometimes is not as obvious when it doesn't seem like much is happening. It's just a pitch every like 20 or 30 seconds and that's it. So I get why people don't like it, but and not even people don't like it, but they find it just uninteresting to watch. They find it a little bit boring to watch. I get that. I understand why people feel that way, but yeah, I've always liked it as a sport. I don't know why. There's something about it. It's more about skill than like raw power. Raw power alone does not win a baseball game, but it's skill. It's also about teamwork too. It's a whole team. One person can't carry the whole team. You need everyone in the team to pull their weight, and that I think is something that the Blue Jays this year, they've assembled a team where everybody pulls their weight. There are a few big stars. I hesitate to use the term superstar, but there are a few big stars on the team, but it's a team where everybody pulls their weight. Everybody's doing something. Everybody's hitting balls. Everybody's catching. Everybody's doing everything. You're not relying on one or two big people, big stars to carry the team. The team carries each other, and so that's, to me, is like, they're just such a great team to watch. They've got such great teammwork. You see some of the plays they pull off. Like, they are all in the game. They're all thinking. How can I back up my teammate? How can I help them succeed? Whether it's just like, you see the pitchers like often running to the first base when there's a first base hit. You see the pitcher running towards the first base without even looking to see what's happening, just in case he needs to be there, in case the first baseman is caught off the base and there's somebody there to catch the ball and tag the runner out of first. Like, it's just, there's such good teamwork on that team. There are some incredible players, and some of those games, like, I have to say, like, I have really enjoyed this series. I have been lucky to be on vacation. I have watched every game pretty much from start to finish, with a couple of exceptions where I had to go pick up someone, so I had it on the radio instead of watching it. And in the middle, in Game 4 during the 7th inning, just when the Blue Jays scored like 4 runs, I missed that game. I missed that inning because the stream I was watching dropped right then and there. Sportsnet dropped the stream for a whole bunch of people right then and there, and like I was watching it on on one device streamed onto the TV, and then that stopped working, and I pulled up 2 other devices. I had my phone up, I had my laptop up, I was trying to get the stream up on any of them to try and see what was going on, and go figure they're scoring like crazy, and every time it would just, you know, the stream would suddenly come on for like a couple seconds before it would crash out again. I'd be like, oh look, they scored another run while I was trying to get the stream up and running. I was just so frustrating. It's like they're actually doing stuff, things are actually happening, and I'm not watching it because the stream's not working. But otherwise, I've watched the whole series, including the epic, and it was truly epic, 18-inning game. I've got to say, like, that was some really good baseball. Even though, like, by about the 15th inning, I was ready to pull the plug. It was about 1:15 in the morning here, and it's like, I don't think I can watch this anymore. I think I've got to just pull the plug, go to bed. And then I was just about to do it, and the announcer started talking about how, like, you know, the longest World Series game ever was an 18-inning game played in 2018 in LA by the Dodgers. It was Game 3, and that went to 18 innings. And I'm like, if they go past 18 innings, this would be the longest World Series game ever. And then that kind of made me like, I want to be here. I want to be a part of that. I want to watch that. I want to see that. So I kept on going, and they didn't make it past 18 innings. There was a home run in the 18th inning. Full respect to the Dodgers for winning that one, because that one was that one was just like it was a war of attrition, was what it was. Really, it was crazy. It was crazy. Like, towards the end of the 9 innings. The Blue Jays and the Dodgers were tied, and the Blue Jays manager starts subbing in other players, pinch hitters, pinch runners, guys who aren't tired, thinking the game's going to be over in a couple of innings. And by the end of by the end of like by the end of the 9th inning, like, they had subbed out like 3. I think they'd subbed out about 3 players or something like that. 3 or 4 players, thinking that the game would be over another inning or two. So they bring in some of the kind of I use the term backbenchers because they're all good players, but like not the star players, not the starting players, the ones who are normally the relief players started coming in. And by the end of 16 innings, there was barely any of the starting players were there. They were all the relief players were playing. The lineup didn't look anything like it did when the game started, whereas with the Dodgers, their guys kept playing. But then also the pitchers were just like going for like 18 innings. These guys were doing stuff they were never meant to do. Like, a lot of these relief pitchers are used to pitching 1 inning. They throw about 20 balls and that's it. And they don't throw any more, and they get somebody else to come in, or the game's over. And then these guys are throwing like 40, 50, 60 pitches because it just kept on going. It was absolute insanity how long this game kept going, and it wasn't for lack of trying. There were a bunch of times throughout those like 10 to 18 innings that there were multiple players on base. The Blue Jays, I think, at one point had runners on second and third, and it's like, just need 1 hit, and then the Dodgers shut him down again. And it just kept on going. And the same with the Dodgers. It was multiple times throughout those innings where, like, you thought it was going to be over. They had runners on base. You think, okay, they're going to score a run here, and then they'd get a strikeout. They'd get a pop out. They'd get something, and all of a sudden the inning's over. And again, so like, it wasn't for lack of hits. It was just like, but at the same time, like, you've got to say, like, these two teams, for them to go. Because the game got tied in the 7th inning. So from the 7th to the 18th inning, 10 almost 11 innings, the game was tied. These teams, they kept on almost making it, and then not. Monitor Unicom, Scandinavian 661, g'day. It was just, you got to say this, like, those teams were so evenly matched. Like, every time they're almost up, they shut them down, and then the other team's almost up, and then they shut them down again. These two teams both deserve to be in the World Series. They are so closely matched. As much disappointed as it was to see them finally win, the Dodgers to win Game 8, the 18th inning, it was just like, thank God it's over. It was 2:50 in the morning. I'm like, I'm going to bed. I think around about the 15th inning, when I decided I was gonna go the distance, I went upstairs. I brushed my teeth. In between innings, I went upstairs. I brushed my teeth. I got my pajamas on. I came back downstairs and I finished watching the game in my pajamas, because as soon as that home run went over the fence, I watched him run around the bases, and then, like, I went upstairs, went to bed. I was sleeping like less than 5 minutes after the ball was hit. But it was just, I just had to see it. I had to go the distance. Like, I want to just see who wins it. No matter who wins it, I just want to be there to see it, because it was crazy. But it was so. These teams are both such good teams. Some really big players, some really good players on both teams. The Dodgers, I think, is more of an experienced legacy team, if you will. Like, they've got a lot of big players. They've been in the playoffs multiple times in the last little while. They've done really well the last several years. They've got lots of money in their in their club. But yeah, you see that. And then, but then you see the Blue Jays, kind of the upstart team, the underdogs. They're not expected to win, and you know these players are getting paid good money too, but not nearly to the level. There's not quite nearly as many, you know, MVPs and guys that are going to the Hall of Fame. Like, there's a bunch of guys on the Dodgers team that are going to end up in the Baseball Hall of Fame for the amount of stuff they've done. But the Blue Jays are a younger team. They're an upstart team. They definitely. They have the passion. They have the teamwork, though. I think more than anything, they really have that sense of team. Like, you can see them when they're in the dugout. The home run jacket, I think, it's just such a nice thing. As soon as somebody gets a home run, they come back to the dugout. They get to strap on this black jacket that's got everybody's signature on it. And it's like every time you every time you hit a home run, that's what you get. And just to watch the last game too was just incredible to watch. Sat down to watch it, and you think, okay, here comes the first pitch, and it's like, okay, settle in. It's gonna be a while before anything happens. And that first pitch of Game 5, boom, out of the park. Third pitch of Game 5, boom, out of the park again. 2 runs in the first 3 pitches of the game, and you just the fans in the Dodger Stadium were just like absolutely stunned. The stadium was like almost quiet. That you can see the stunned look on the LA Dodgers face. I think nobody expected the Blue Jays to win this. Nobody expected the Blue Jays to do anything with this. They expected the Dodgers to take this in like 4 or 5 games, and for the Blue Jays to be coming up and like they're ahead 3-2. Like, it's to me, it's so exciting. And one of the reasons, I think I figured out that one of the reasons for me it's so exciting is because the last time this happened, like, it was 32 years ago. This is me going back to my glory days. I was just a kid back then. You know, the world was new. It was exciting, and my life was still all in front of me, and just to sit there. And the other thing that was really neat for me about the Blue Jays winning the World Series was they won their back-to-back World Series. I wasn't even living in Canada at the time. My dad had gotten a temporary job transfer to the U.S. for 2 years, and those were the 2 years that the Blue Jays won the World Series. So we were getting together with like other families that lived down there. There was one other family that had also transferred down there from Canada. We're like watching in a basement with them because like we're the only ones around there that want the Blue Jays to win the World Series. So it takes me so far back. It's just to see them do it again would be would be such a wonderful thing, and they're such a team that deserves it. They've really put in the time, the effort. A lot of these guys have put in years of effort. You know, never want to be counted out. You know, the name's escaping me. It's just at the second now. But the guy who hit that first home run on pitch number 1. Why can't I think of his name now? But. It'll come to me in a second, but I can see he's got the mustache and everything. I can see his face, but I just can't think of his name for right now. But you know, like he was in the minor leagues. He's just slowly chipped away at just trying to make himself better and better. And he's gotten up in the major leagues, and he's done great things in the major leagues. And all these players have really stepped up their game postseason. It's been something to really watch. It's been a great thing to kind of watch, be part of. Texted a couple of my buddies who are big fans, and even my kids. And here's the other thing that really is like getting to me a little bit too, is my kids are actually into it, and I didn't think they would care at all, because I don't normally watch sports. I like going to the ballpark and watching a baseball game at the ballpark. Most of the time, regular season, I don't want to watch it on TV. It's a lot of sitting around, and it's not necessarily the best teams. It's not that nobody's putting their best foot forward during the regular season. For the most part, people are just kind of not going through the motions, but like the regular season is a game of attrition. It's just you're playing 100-something games throughout the season. Like no one game matters that much. Nobody's putting in a whole ton of effort into each individual game. But when you get the World Series, you got 2 teams that are going to do absolutely everything they can to win. They're going to put everything they've got into it. Fred Savage, when he was pitching yesterday, he just like the look on his face when he finally came off the mound after a strikeout. You know, here's a kid who's 22 years old, and he kept the Dodgers to 1 run in 7 innings. He pitched 12 strikeouts and no walks. It's just incredible to see that kind of enthusiasm, that kind of accomplishment too. It's just, you know, these are some of the heaviest hitters in the league, and for him to do that was just incredible. So, but to get my kids to watch it, I never thought my kids would be interested in it at all. And I sat down there to watch the first game, and I kind of made them watch about a half an hour of the first game, just watch this. Instead of movie night, that was my Friday night. That was, instead of movie night, I said, we're going to watch the game. I'll ask you to sit here. You can bring your device down so you got something to kind of entertain you between the innings or while there's nothing much happening, but just sit here and watch it with me for half an hour. And they got into it. And my eldest daughter has watched most of the games with me. She's actually been pretty into it. I'm surprised. So I told her I'll take her to a ball game next year. She said, I don't want to go. I don't want to go to a ball game. And I kind of see that, because it is kind of, to watch it on TV step by step, it's kind of boring. But there's something different about being in the ballpark too. There's something infectious about being part of that crowd. Win or lose, you really get into it when you're there at the crowd. So I really want to take her. I hope she'll agree to go with me next year. Just one game, just for the fun of it, just so you can save down it, because I've never taken them to a ball game. I've never, I don't know. It's a lot of money sometimes when you don't have a whole lot of extra money to spend. It's a lot of money to go to the ballpark. Everything is so expensive at the ballpark. But now that they got the Looney Dogs, that's a crazy good deal to begin with. That's got to be a loss leader. But yeah, I just want to give the experience at least once. Just you can say you've done it once. You can see what it's about, see what it's like. And if you really don't like it, I will never make you go again. But to go at least once, just to say you've done it, to say you've been to a ball game, seen a ball game in person. You know, we live so close. It's a very reasonable thing for us. We live just on the outskirts, so why not? Like, it's something we can do in an afternoon. So I'm looking forward to that. I hope that she'll agree to go with me next year. One game, somewhere in the middle of the season, nothing too exciting, but just for the sake of experience in the ballpark. I got to keep an eye on this because we're going to get there pretty quickly. We got some ATC. Let's see here. I got turf to Unicom super early here. Not out of the airspace yet, but we got some Munich control. We got 11 departures out of Munich, 1 arrival. That's the nice thing about flying like this time of day in Europe, is that it's busy everywhere in Europe, and I got ATC. My daytime streams in North America, pretty quiet for the most part. But man, the daytime streams here in Europe, we are just nailing it every single time. So really, it's a while till we get into the Munich airspace, but we are going to have to set up for that arrival soon. It's only 40 minutes to landing, 43 minutes to landing. So I'm thinking it's already time to start setting up. I know, crazy. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, let's do this. Let's set this up. Okay, so we had 8 left and 8 right. So I'm going to pull up some charts first to try and kind of look and see what the airport kind of looks like and try and guess what we're going to do here. So 8 left and 8 right. I mean, logic would dictate 8 left makes more sense just because you're kind of setting up for that right off the bat. MP start low. Okay. Permitted taxi routes. Oh, why am I still looking at EKCH here? No, I need to be looking at EDDM here. Okay, so airport. I'm gonna have taxi chart available as well, and then I really have no idea where we're going to be parking. I'm going to bring up parking stands east and west. We'll let ATC assign us a parking stand, because boy, there's a lot of parking stands here. And then so approach. So we're thinking ILS 8 left. The star ends at Rokiel.
9 radio, Delta Echo 0 kilo, checkup complete. Takeoff Rwy.
We got a Cat 2 and 3 ILS. I mean, I think we might do a Cat 2. What does Cat 2 take us down to? 100 feet? With a cloud deck at 200 feet, I kind of want to do the Cat 2 down to 100 feet. I kind of want to do the Cat 3, but we might do the Cat 2 down to 200 feet and then do the auto land today. As much as it's more exciting to let me land, I think we're going to do the auto land today just with that ceiling where it is. Let's see, there actually should probably be another ATIS out by now that I'm thinking about it here. 3,700 feet. See, roadkill's not on either of these, and that's okay. Okay, so what we're going to do is, first things first, let's just double check and see if the ATIS has updated. SAS ops, no ADC required because we left early. Haha, there you go. So ATIS-EDDM, I think we're going to land without diverting to our alternate today, which is good. Oops. VATSIM, arrival, send. I was thinking that we might actually, there's a decent chance we might have to divert to our alternate today, which would be problematic for me only because I have a few things I have to do. Because it's Halloween, we got actually some people coming over later. I have to do a little bit of tidying up, so as soon as the stream's over, that's the first thing I have to do. I also have to reassemble my vacuum, which I disassembled yesterday to try and clean it because it has been sucking very well lately. I don't know why she took that out. Just looking at it, I guess. All right, EKCH-1450. Independent parallel ILS is 8 left and 8 right. I'm thinking 8 left. Transition level 6,000. Wind variable at 1 knot. 5 kilometers. 600 meters. Runway visual range 8 left. More than 2,000 meters. Neutral. Runway 8 right. 1,600 meters downgrading. Oh, patches of fog. Clouds. Oh, maybe we should step up for the Cat 3 here because we've got fog rolling into Munich now. We got an evening fog rolling in today. 1016. Trend temporary after 1630 visibility, 500 meters fogs. Yeah, so it's starting to roll in. That fog is starting to roll in. I think we're going to set up for Cat 3 today. We're going to set up for Cat 3 dual. We're going to do full auto land because I want to make it in. We got the tools to make it in. Let's make it in. So that's the kind of, strategic decision making you got to do. So let's go 8 left. I gotta put wet just in case that fog kind of, makes the runway a little bit wet. It's probably not likely, but you never know. I'm just looking down at my fuel prediction page here. 56.9 tons, basically 57 tons plus. Estimated landing fuel 4.6, 61.6. So let's just round it up to an even 62, which is probably an overestimate. Low auto brake, idle no reverse, auto land, flaps full, auto thrust on. It's a 4,000 meter runway, even the factor distance is 2,800. We got over 1,000 meter factor, so we got lots of extra runway here, so that's good. Let's do it this way. So let's do... all right, so let's start looking through this here. Make sure we got everything we need for the arrivals here. All right, so first of all, the Landu 2 Alpha. Transition level by ATC. That was in the ATIS at 6,000, I believe. Max 250 knots below 10,000 is applicable by ATC. And the clearance for star with level and/or speed constraints. Lateral part cleared to the designator arrival. Vertical part descend via the star. Adherence to waypoint constraints is mandatory. After descend via star to flight level, whatever. Clearance do not descend below the flight levels cleared by ATC. All right, so let's put this into constraint, or into plan mode here. All right, let's just check that these are all here. So we've got a step climb coming up here. All right, so Landu is where we start this arrival. There's Landu. Put the constraints up. Below 13,000 at a max 280 knots. Then we've got some deceleration waypoints. Then MIQ. And apparently it ends at MIQ. So MIQ, that's it. No constraints there. And then do I actually have a transition for the ILS Cat 3? It does actually transition from MIQ. So enter holding pattern, expect GPS, FMS to RNAV transition, refer to chart 10-2 Delta. Landu and Rokel RNAV transitions. Oh, there we are. I don't know how to program that in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my step up to 360 here. All right, I don't know how to program that in. We're going to figure this out in a second here. So there's flight level 360 set. First climb, alt blue. So there's MIQ. Rokel, and then from Rokel you come back this way around, or from Landu, which is probably what we would expect. So, so let's see here. Nope, what am I trying to do here? Flight plan. Oh, this is what I'm trying to do. Flight plan arrival. So I've got the Landu 2 Alpha right now, but I wonder, then does it appear as part of the ILS 08 right approach vias? So ILS 8 left. So expect radar vectoring or the RNAV, and these are the waypoints I have, aren't they? I have a Bet 08. Okay, so Bet. I'm not sure where Bet 08 is, but I do have in the box here. I do have DM 420. Lan 08. Ah, there it is. Yeah, approach via Landu 08, Rokel 08. So that's where all these waypoints are in there. Okay. So that's how I load that. I'm not going to load it now. I'm just going to kind of leave it without any vias right now, and we'll load that on the fly as we need to. Okay. Okay. But I do want the ILS 8 left, not 8 right. Hopefully that did not. Landu. Q, maggot. Okay, yeah, that's fine right now. And then actually I do need to just check those waypoints on the missed approach as well. So, okay, so that's how we get it. It's an approach transition. We can put Rokel 08 or Landu 08. It's all in there. Okay, so it's in the database. I just had to figure out where to load it from. So yeah, MAGAT, maggot at 5,000. And then 08 left is 2,700. Yep. And then the missed approach, straight ahead to 1 DME east of DMN. Or 1900, whichever is later. Then left turn direct to MIQ, so 1 mile east and 1900. Left turn direct to MIQ, climbing to 5,000. Okay, yeah, that all looks good. Okay, I think that's all good there. We should have 1095 IMNE and 079080. That's close enough. 370360, max at 39, so that's fine. We've got 137 miles to go to Munich. We're getting there pretty quickly now, so that's why we got to do this stuff here. For some reason, it still thinks we're in the climb phase. Why does it think we're in the climb phase? I must have clicked it to 360 for a second and went to climb phase and stayed in climb phase. Now we're in cruise. There's all cruise. That's what we're looking for. Descent phase 78 and 269 is fine. The QNH All right, let's get the weather out of the ATIS here. I can't remember what it said. So 1016. 1016. I know it was variable at 1 knot, so we're just going to do 080 at 1 knot. And the temperature, 9. All right, and we need some minimums for this again. So this is the, we're looking for the Cat 3 approach. Cat 3B minimums, we've got no DH, so we can put no. Sorry, I'm programming stuff on my MCDU and I'm not even realizing it. We can put no and put that in the radio and we have no DH. And the missed approach was back up to 5,000, so we're going to put the acceleration altitudes at 5,000. For some reason, this thing keeps on. I can see the button being pressed even, but it every once in a while it stops receiving input from these buttons. It's really weird. All right, fuel prediction. We are going to be 1.7 extra, 1 hour, 52 minutes of extra. That's fine. That's plenty of extra fuel. All right, I'm going to copy this right now. Copy the active. And what I might do is just come down here and have a look at the approach vias via the... For some reason these... And it's funny because they work through my MCDU. It's just the interface in the virtual flight deck here that's not working. So let's go up and find Landu 08 and we'll select Landu 08. And let's go ahead and look at it on the screen here. So if we come all the way down here, Landu, it's got MIQ and then back to Landu. So that's kind of weird, but back to Landu, but then we've got the waypoints. CM 428, 420. I've got to zoom out a fair bit to see all these waypoints because they... Oh, all I have is 420. That's weird. That's not enough waypoints. That's only like one of the waypoints. What the? Weird. Weird, because there should be a whole bunch more waypoints in here. According to this, there should be we got 428 and then it goes straight to 420. It's missing 427, 426, 425, 424, 423, 422, 421. 430, 431. Anyways, if we need to, I can pretty quickly pound in one of these. I'm just curious, actually, if I put in... I just want to see if they're in there. And then for some reason it went back to my flight plan page here, so... It did not like me adding that to the secondary. It did not like me adding that to the secondary at all. It went back to the primary. If I put in DM 427 as a direct to waypoint, does it know where DM 427 is? I just want to see if it knows this waypoint. The waypoint exists in the database, so that's fine. Erase the direct to. I don't need it yet, but okay. So the waypoints all exist. So if they give me direct to something, I can still do it. It's in there. Okay. All right. Well, we're coming up to our top of descent pretty quickly here. So what we're gonna do is what was that first constraint? I believe it was 13,000. So I'm gonna go ahead and set 13,000 here for my descents. And that way I can hit it really quickly there. So 13,000 feet is set. So I'm just going to do this first. Weather, marginal. Runway, we'll say wet. APU after landing, yes. ILS, weather's the threat. Auto land, yes. Final sector, well, don't really care. EFIS, yes. Minimum descent altitude is 0. And decision height is 0. We have no decision height. What's the field elevation here in Munich? It is... I think it should be on this chart somewhere, right? Airport elevation, 1487. 1487. Okay. Are you ready for the approach briefing?
Go ahead.
Did I never turn the seatbelt sign off all this time? Jeez Louise. I was just kind of trying to get out of the clouds and I totally forgot about it. Okay. Surprised the FAs did not call me to ask about that. Okay, so technical status of the aircraft. We've got a good, clean aircraft, fully Cat 3 capable. The only thing on the status page right now is that the center tank pumps are not on because we have nothing in the center tank, so that's fine. No TAMs for the arrival. I should actually have a quick look to make sure everything is functional because we're going to be doing a Cat 3. I really want to make sure I know if anything is weird in Munich. Couple of closed taxiways, nothing too crazy there. 26 right, 26 left. ILS functionality is not affected. Approach procedures, ILS 8 left. Reduced coverage, DME associated with the ILS 8 left, reduced coverage at intercept altitude. It's okay, we're GPS capable, so I'm not too worried about the lower. Alright, there is the top of descent point. So thrust idle descent, all blue, leaving 36 for 13 for flight level 130. More drag, it's okay, she'll catch it. No, I'm not too worried. Alright, so the arrival procedure today that we are currently on is the Landu 2 Alpha for Munich. Routing constraints are all as published in the box. It goes as far as Mike India, Quebec with a max 250 knots below flight level 100. Or we might end up with the Landu 08 arrival, which is somewhat programmed into the secondary. I could definitely activate it via the approach via. Some of the waypoints are missing. However, it is a straight line from 428 to 420, so I'm okay with the missing waypoints. I can go direct to any waypoint pretty easily by typing it in. So they're all in the, they should all be in the database. I haven't checked them all, but I'm going to assume they're all in the database at this point. If it doesn't work, then we'll request some help. Loscom's in the bottom right. And at some point, we're going to transition onto an ILS to runway 08 left in Munich on plate 11-1. Sorry, ILS Cat 3 in Munich, runway 08 left, plate 11-1 Alpha. Loc IMNE 1095, 080, the final approach course. Glide slope at 2,700 feet at the 3.9 DME checkpoint. And we have no DH. 75-meter RVR is all we need for this with no DH. Full auto land capabilities available today. It's going to be Cat 3 dual landing. Let's see here. Missed approach is climb straight ahead to 1 DME east. So routing. So Missed approach as published and otherwise advised by ATC with the top altitude 5,000. The MSA 3,700 feet around Munich. Because it's Cat 3, special air crew aircraft certifications required. DMA is required. 3-degree glide slope. PAPI's left. ALSF2 lighting system. This will be a Cat 3 dual approach. So clear for the approach. We'll arm approach mode. Both autopilots. We'll make sure that we do have Cat 3 dual enunciated. At alert height of 100 feet, I will call continue or go around flaps, and I'll monitor the landing at that point. The autopilot will be disconnected to clear the runway, and yeah. It'll be a convenient right turn off of runway 08 right, probably around Alpha 8, Alpha 10, Alpha 12, something like that. Taxi back towards the terminal. And yeah, terminal 1, terminal 2. I don't even know where Scandi parks, to be honest. I'm just going to listen to the ATC. Yeah. So yeah, it's going to be a managed approach. It's going to be a managed approach to an automatic landing. So localized slip coupled approach, clear for the approach. Approach mode, second autopilot. Anti-ice will be on because of the low-level clouds and the low temperature. We will do auto brake low and config full max reverse initially till we're decelerating. Again, we'll have to switch off the brakes and the autopilot off to steer off the runway. That's all I can think of right now. I haven't done an automatic landing in a while. Yeah, but I think I've got everything. Any questions?
No questions.
I have control.
You have control.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've done an automatic landing. I'm just going to make sure that the lights are kind of coming up here because it's starting to get dark. And yeah, I just trying to think. Yeah, at 100 feet, it's going to be alert height. So at 100, it's going to be either continue or go around flaps. If anything happens below 100 feet, anything that happens is going to be continue, unless the auto land light flashes. Above 100 feet, we'll consider it go around if we need the Cat 3 dual. Or we can pop in the higher minimums if necessary. The higher minimums are, if we have the time to pop it in, it is, for a Cat 3 single, we can do a 50-foot DH. I'm going to send for one more ATIS. EDDM, arrival, send, and then we're going to find the frequency to tune in here. All right, so now it's information Foxtrot. Oh, they switched it around on me. 26 left and 26 right. Ah, I just finished the whole thing. Oh, 290 at 3, visibility 8 kilometers, clouds for a few 200 feet, 70.71016. Darn it. Darn it. I just literally finished the whole briefing and they switched ends on me. Oh, 270 at 3.
1 0 1 3. Set passing 2 5.
I was just setting it in the background. I put it back to standard. 7 degrees is the temperature now. 1016, 290 at 3. Oh my god, now I gotta reset the whole thing? Ugh, you have got to be kidding me. Okay, ILS 26 right. We'll put the Landu 2 Alpha on there for now. Oh. Yeah, of course there's now a speed error because I'm... my god. I was all set up. I was all set up. Now I gotta take these out and I gotta put this on here. 26 left, but more Cat 3 26 right is what we're really doing here. So Cat 3 26 right. So now we got some new waypoints to check here. Jeez Louise, I gotta really up my game here, so I'm using the alright, so Kufaz, Tusto, and then we've got Gudeg at 5,000, FI 26 right at I'm not sure where that 4020 is coming from. Alright, straight ahead, 1,000 or 900, whichever's then a right turn, MIQ. Okay, so that comes from MIQ again. For some reason, the arrival's deleted. I think it's because it's not applicable for this speed error at Gudeg. That's fine. Landu 2 Alpha is not a valid arrival for this runway. So what we're going to have to do is shoot. Okay, let's copy this to the secondary. And then I'm going to go... actually, before we do that, let's just put the no DH again. So putting no DH in. No DH. And now we got no ATC either. Oh my god, the controller left too. Alright, well I guess we're just going to re-clear ourselves down whatever arrival's available here. Alright, so the ILS 26 right. It doesn't want to load those waypoints up. It really doesn't. Alright, so we're going to go... Yeah, no, we're going to keep it a managed descent. I'm going to go Landu anyways. After Tusto. Alright, so that Landu is below 13,000. All right, we're definitely going to hit that below 13,000, so I'm going to go ahead and let it do its thing here, and we're just going to have to go direct to the initial waypoint after we join final here, because I thought we'd have an approach controller to help us out here. This is not going to be pretty now. Okay, so EDDM South Tower 20.505, so let's get that ready to go here. Oh my god. I had everything all nicely set up. So nicely set up, and then it just completely effed me over, so I don't think I have time to dig up a new arrival. 20.505. I am stressed now. I went from like, hey, everything's working out, it's going to be okay, to now I'm a little ball of stress because I can't figure out which arrival to do here. So I think I keep seeing the Betos. Nope. The Beto. Elmo. I mean, in theory, it should still be able to fly the Landu. It should be the Landu 2 Bravo, that's why. If I insert the Landu 2 Bravo, that'll get me my waypoints back to get to MIQ. There, that's why. So the 2 Bravos for the 26's side. That being said, I think I'm going to put myself on a little radar vector here in a moment. Losing some altitude, hopefully, but we are high to make that restriction, so we're going to go open descent. We're going to get the speed brakes going here. We got 6 miles to lose. 1,000 feet. Actually, we'll be okay on this. We're higher than we should be, but we're not terrible. And then after this, I think we might have to go direct to Gudeg. So there's a couple other airplanes inbound. What I can do... I am really having to like work for this now. Let's make sure this is on below so I can see these other airplanes, because there's an airplane. I'm just looking at VATSIM radar. There's an airplane off the left side that is on what looks like a straight-in approach to Munich. So I think at Landu, I think what I'm going to do is cut left 90 degrees and join final that way. All right. I think we got everything we need here. All right. So there's Alt. Is anybody calling out traffic here? EDDM. Hopefully that'll get some people calling me up here momentarily. Oy, oy, oy. All right, there's Landu. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around to a right base, and I'm going to go ahead and go down to 5,000. So thrust idle, open descent, all blue. I've got 5,000 feet set, and a heading of 170, and we'll do the direct radial into Gudeg and see how that works. Direct Gudeg with the radial in. Direct Gudeg radial in. We're going to insert that. I'm switching to use my MCDU because I need to do stuff quickly now. 170. So now it's disarmed again. We got heading of 170. So there's the guy I was talking about that's on the straight-in approach. So I am trying to make some calls on Unicom here, and then once I turn final, I'll call the tower. All right. Wow. Everything was nicely set up, and then it all got screwed up. Okay, let's go speed. Selected 250 for the descent right now, because we need to lose altitude here, and we need to lose it pretty quickly. I'm going to get the LS button on, and we're going to call 10,000 descents. We're just going to get the lights on now, because we frankly need them now, and things are getting busy quickly here. So I'm going to go ahead and go full speed brake on this. I don't think I'm going to be able to get down quickly here. See, that's the 5,000 foot descent right there. We are not going to make this. We need to go outbound for just a moment here. So we'll turn to 080, and pretty much I think we could probably just make the turn, and then we can make a 90-degree back. But I think we'd be struggling to get down if we didn't do this, so. We'll just basically roll out on the heading and then roll back to intercept again. And I think that'll work out just fine. Wow. Wow. I got stressed out there because we just switched runways. I had everything briefed and set for 08 left. And then I checked the ATIS and they switched to 26 right. And the approach controller is gone too, so now I'm only... The tower controller's still there, but I'm on my own for the approach here. Alright, so I think that'll buy me enough space here, so let's come back to the right, heading of 230, and we'll intercept the approach here. We're above the glide slope now, coming down through 9,000, full-on speed brakes trying to turn inbound. But I think we're going to be okay here. And it's actually not bad right here. I hope it's okay when we get to the airport. We're going to do the full Cat 3 auto land just in case those clouds are hanging out at the airport. I haven't done a full Cat 3 for a long time. Okay, there's the glide slope actually, so we're looking okay. As we come around, we are going to need to start to burn off some speed here as well. But first, we're just going to come around here. Alright, so... I'm going to go ahead and arm it up. So there's Cat 3 Dual, Autopilot 1 and 2, Lokestar, Glide Slope Blue. Alright, speed 220 selected. And I got to start stowing the speed brakes because that's the reason why the low speed queue pops up there is if your speed brakes are out. Speed brakes reduce your ability to slow down, or reduce your ability to slow down. They increase your minimum speed because they're creating a lot of drag and turbulence over the wing. Alright, so we overshot slightly, but that's okay. Alright, I think we're okay here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull the VS now. So VS minus 800 will get established on the glide slope here. So speed, VS minus 900. That's fine. I'll do even 800. So we'll keep going down a little bit here, but the idea is to just gently, instead of leveling off and intercept the glide slope, getting a lot of power back, the idea is to just gently intercept the glide slope here. Approach checklist.
1,000 to go. Faro ref.
QNH 1016.
1016. Set. Seatbelt.
On.
Minimum.
No DH set.
Auto brake.
Low armed.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Approach checklist completed.
Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Glide slope star.
Checked.
Missed approach altitude of 5,000 feet is set. Speed 200. Status, no change in status, remove status, remove status. Alright, let's go to tower now.
26 left on 457.
500 behind arriving Austrian A320 on short final. Nana combat 26 left and wait behind.
Munich Tower, good evening. Scandinavian 661, 11 miles, ILS runway 26 right.
Yes. At 500 behind the now landing traffic, Nana combat 0, adventure runway 26 left and wait behind.
Wait behind the Austrian Airlines on the runway 26 left. 2500 ahead.
Scandinavian 661, Wichita, hello, continue.
Continue, Scandinavian 661.
Condor 9 Whiskey Golf, taxi running point, runway 26 left via Sierra, Bravo 1 speed.
Taxi holding point, runway 26 left Sierra.
She is not slowing down, so I'm going to put some speed brakes out. I might have to get the gear. There is definitely some lower level fog and haze out here, but it's not too bad.
Radar altimeter alive.
Kilo, no further ATC service available. One advisory, 122 decimal 8, have a nice flight, bye-bye.
Hello, 122 decimal 8, request a photo maker, thank you, bye-bye.
Lufthansa 629er, no further ATC
Flaps
service
2.
available. One
Speed
advisory,
checked.
122 decimal 8.
Flaps 2.
Ciao.
Flaps 2 is the key in the Airbus family. If you're heavy and you get established on the glide slope, if you don't already have flaps 2 established, it's very hard to slow down.
Austrian 457, to entry Sierra 7 via Bravo 8 Sierra.
Speed 170.
Entry Sierra 7 via Bravo 8 Sierra.
Gear down.
457.
Gear down.
500, wind 290 degrees, 3 knots, runway 26 left, fit for takeoff.
Cabin crew be seated for landing.
Cabin is now secure for landing.
Thank you. Alright, we're going to manage the speed. Flaps 3.
Speed checked. Flaps 3.
She really does not want to slow down today. I don't know if she's got like a tailwind or what's going on here. Flaps full.
Speed checked. Flaps full.
Before landing checklist.
Scandinavian 661, wind 290 degrees, 3 knots, runway 26 right, left to land, vacate via
1000.
Alpha 4.
26 right, clear to land, vacate Alpha 4, Scandinavian 661. Landing checklist.
Econ memo.
Landing no blue.
Landing checklist completed.
Alright, I don't know where Alpha 4 is offhand. I didn't brief the exits. Alpha 6. Alpha 4 is the second last exit. Alright, so it's roll down a fairway. That's good. Okay. Alright, in the end, we got it down there. We got the speed down there. Speed's right on target. Looks like we can see the airport after all, but we're going to roll with the auto land anyways, just in case we roll into a fog bank. It is definitely, there's some low-level fog out here.
Yeah, sorry for that.
Or some low-level haze out here. It is going to fog in tonight, isn't it?
Take the one on the left side.
They do a very nice job of making that fog effect.
Turkish 1529 behind the arriving Scandinavian A320 on short final, land on runway 26 right and wait behind.
Copy that.
Land.
Landing traffic, line up and wait runway 26 right, Turkish 1529.
Left 951 Lima, no further ATC 7 available, 1 advisory, 1
Continue.
Right, have a nice flight, bye-bye.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Lima 951 Lima, which is
Roll out. Reverse green, spoilers, reverse green, manual brakes.
To south.
Unicom 22,
Autopilot's off.
Level 70, departure Mail 5 Sierra.
500, no further
70 knots.
available, 1 advisory, 122 left right, have a nice flight, bye-bye.
Monitor advisor 122.8, 3500 heavy. Thank you all, bye-bye.
Austrian 457, confirm Sierra 7.
Office 457, affirmative, Sierra 7, and taxi stamp 301.
I think this is Alpha 4, I hope.
Whiskey 2, Delta 3, Echo 3.
Sierra 7
No,
and
I think I got it wrong. I think this is Alpha 6.
Stand 301 Alpha via Whiskey 2, Delta 3, Echo 3.
301 Alpha via Whiskey 2, Delta 3, Echo 3, Austrian 457 zurück.
Condor 9 Whiskey Golf, 2290 degrees, 3 knots, runway 26 left, set for takeoff.
Runway 26 left, clear for takeoff, Condor 9 Whiskey Golf.
Turkish 1529, wind 290 degrees, 3 knots, runway 26 right, set for takeoff.
Runway 26 right, fit for takeoff, Turkish 1529.
Canadian 661, taxi to entry November 1 via Mike, Alpha 4.
Taxi to entry November 1 via Mike Alpha 4, Scandinavian 661. Alright, so I wrote it on there. November 1 via Mike Alpha 4.
Delta Tango Oscar, taxi to entry Sierra 4 via Romeo.
November 1.
Sierra 4 via Romeo, Delta.
So we actually have to go right, so yeah. We're here at Alpha 6. 4. Okay, we can go ahead. She's going to reset the lights for me while I start this beast moving. Nobody's sneaking up on us here. So right turn. That's why they wanted me to roll to Alpha 4. That's my mistake. I didn't... I had a hard sense of judging how far down the runway we were, so I didn't want to just like keep rolling forever. I really wanted to make sure. Why is there blue stand-up lights in the middle of the taxiway? I was thinking this airport was pretty well put together. I looked at it during the daytime. It looked really nice, but maybe there are some issues still.
Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign and the aircraft is parked safely at the gate. This will be your indication it is safe to move about the cabin, gather your belongings, and disembark. We'd like to thank you for flying with us today. We appreciate your business and hope to see you again on a future flight.
Yeah, this Navigraph web app takes up a lot of processing power. It really does.
Scandinavian 661, extend 182 via Whiskey 1.
182 via Whiskey 1, Scandinavian 661. There we go. I was just about...
1529, no identity service available, Mount Advisory, 122 destination, Flug, ciao.
122 destination, Turkish 1529, Dankeschön, tschüss.
Condor 9 Whiskey Golf, no further agency service available, Mount Advisory, 122 destination, have a nice flight, bye-bye.
122.8, Condor 9 Whiskey Golf, thank you.
Delta Tango Oscar, catch loading point, runway 26 left via Sierra, Bravo 13.
Alright, 182's up ahead on the right.
Point Bravo 13.
Past the construction zone here.
Here and runway 26 left.
Let's see if it's got... Nope. Let's go nice and slow while we try and bring this up. Parking. So 182, there it is. Sometimes they're parking, sometimes they're ramps. We don't need to follow me. Lufthansa, sure, why not? I honestly don't know who would handle the parking. Alright, so as we go here, pity we're not parking at the terminal, but I guess the terminal's mostly occupied, so all heart stand parking. 181. And this looks like 182, so let's just check to make sure we got accumulator pressure. The weather radar is off. We're gonna go ahead and shut off the lights. I'll put the dome light on dim for now. Alright, just build up a little bit of momentum before we carry it around the corner here. It's kind of quiet here for the number of airplanes that are operating. I guess everybody's taxing out and leaving now. But we had ATC for arrival and departure, so I'm not going to complain. I didn't have much time to talk today because, man, we had to work just to get all this stuff done. Look at this. We're supposed to be here at 10 after. It's 3 minutes after. We are early, people. That's how we rock. I'm really enjoying this stream today. It's really going well. Alright, he's happy. Cut engines. APU is available.
Clear Berlin via the Kini 1 November departure.
Remember to submit your flight, thanks.
Initial, Squawk 1000, quantity 3.
Okay, so we get the, here comes the chunky performance again here. Alright, so that is good. And we go ahead and go beacon off. So we get the belts off. That's the signal to disarm all the doors. Doors are all disarmed. And I don't know how to trigger her to do the after landing stuff. I honestly don't know. The assist panel. Oh, he's leaving now. I got this at the right moment. Let's see here. Parking. Parking flow.
Passenger's bus is coming.
It says the trigger should be the seatbelt sign going off. She's not doing anything. Parking checklist.
Parking brake or chocks?
Set.
Engines.
Off.
Wing lights.
Off.
Fuel pumps.
Off.
Parking checklist completed.
All right, we're here. They're going to bring the bus, and they're going to unload the airplane by bus today. You're going to get to watch the whole thing. Look at this performance here. It's very chunky to me now. And again, like it was smooth the other day. I don't know what is going on here today that it is not happy about. Why did they close the front door again? Don't know why the front door closed again. Because you should all be getting off now. Yeah, I don't know what is... I don't know if it's because it's night or what, but man. Let's see here. Let's go to the external view again. Flight attendants are ready. The bus is here, but nobody wants to get off. Well, you know what? I don't care about you guys that much. If you don't want to get off, I'm going to go to the hotel. Oh, here they come, actually. Here they come. Nice. Nice. What other things can I do here? I can also do cinematic views here. Let's do, like, we could do tail, belly, gear. We can watch people getting off the airplane. Anyways, yeah, we made it, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. We made it, and we are early. The arrival time is still 3 minutes from now. So not only did we leave early, but as a result, we also arrived early. So we left about 10 minutes early. So if we'd left on time, there's a good chance we would have been a couple of minutes late. But that, I think, should get me an achievement, I believe. I don't even know where to look for achievements anymore. Let's have a look here at the dashboard for a second. Achievements. Somewhere here, I feel like there's a contracts, first investment. Tupper Harley Award, on-time departure, synced with the planned departure. And the Maverick Award, on-time arrival. Woo! There we go. Just luck of the draw, but synced with the real time, and we did it. So there we go. We got that one. Ted Striker Award. Yeah, that was a nice flight. I wonder if we did get a score of 100 on that, because I feel like everything went really well on that one. And we did. We got a 100% score on that flight. The Autoland did a really nice job, I got to say. Nicer than I ever seem to do in the sim. It did a really nice job with that landing. I didn't need the Autoland in the end, but with that kind of misty stuff hanging around, I'm kind of happy that we did it. So, yeah. Otherwise, there we go. We are done. Another flight. Let's see here. Inbox, I think it's just a whole bunch of Saturday event polls, and we got credit. We got paid $74 for our flight last week. It's not much, but it's something. We're slowly building up our bank balance here. And again, I was going to spend on the triple. I'm not 100% sure now. I'm holding back a little bit. I wonder if I might want to consider the 350 as well instead of the triple. Let's see here. What am I looking for here? Job market. So if I check our current airline, I'm curious. And anybody want to pay me more than I'm getting paid right now? Korean Airlines, okay. Lufthansa Cargo, Austrian Airlines. But again, Austrian is another one of those ones where it's probably mostly in and out of one airport. It's probably mostly in and out of Vienna. Where did it go here? I saw it a second ago. There it is. But I'm curious. Yeah, I think Vienna is the only hub. So pretty much, yeah, everything is in and out of Vienna with like one or two minor exceptions that you're probably almost never going to get. I think there's a Frankfurt direct to Innsbruck, I think is what that is. But otherwise, everything's in and out of Vienna. That would get very boring. That would get very boring very quickly. It's not a terrible pay rate at $60. I think I'm making more than that already, aren't I? It's like 67. What am I getting paid here? No, I'm only at $50. Ah, okay. I don't want to change though. I'm excited for the next couple of legs here. $50 Condor. Yeah, Lufthansa cargo. Thai Airways wants to pay me $72 an hour. Pretty good. What was I looking up here? Oh, I wanted to see if Scandinavian has triples or 350s, because I feel like they have 350s. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like they have some wide-body aircraft. They do have 350s. A350-900. There it is, 4 of them. They do not have any triples, so I could get the 350 and fly some of these domestic routes in a 350. It'd be a little bit weird. It would be a little bit weird, but we could definitely do it. Yeah, because I feel like the 350 is $4,000 as well. Aircraft licenses, Airbus 350, $4,000. So for that $4,000, I could either be 777 rated or 350 rated. I'm enjoying the 320 a lot. Part of me wants to pick up that I build 350 because it looks like a fun airplane to fly, and then you're into the wide body range. But part of me is like, I've spent a lot of money the last little while between my vacation, between upgrading this PC, and then I bought some skis for my family because, well, we're kind of interested in, like, my kids are kind of interested in going skiing now, and I hadn't had skis. It's like, well, if you're going to go, like, for what equipment rentals cost, you can buy a set of skis, you know, within 2 or 3 rentals. So I took them once on a rentals, and they liked it, so we're gonna go in on it. So a lot of money spent in the last little while. So I might dial it back, and what I might do is say, let's hold that off for possibly a second season at Scandinavian, because Scandinavian is pretty fun, and I'm enjoying it. It's a bunch of different hub airports between Stockholm, Copenhagen, and Oslo. We got 3 different major hub airports, so it's definitely very not unreasonable to say we're going to do a second season at Scandi, and maybe with the second season in a couple months, we'll look at picking up the A350 and flying the second season primarily in the 350, as long as the airports are capable of handling it. Because sometimes, yeah, these are domestic type routes. These are kind of regional routes. Normally you would fly them in a narrow body, but sometimes you upgauge them to a 350. Either there's excess demand because of what am I trying to say here? Excess demand because of seasonal demand shifts, or maybe there's a canceled flight, and then all of a sudden you've got a whole plane load worth of passengers. You're trying to get to your destination. You need to throw a bigger airplane on it to pick up 2 flights worth of passengers. It happens from time to time, so it's not unreasonable to say we can fly the 350 on these regional European routes. So I'm going to say let's hold it there. I'm excited about it. I'm not going to buy the type rating till I buy the airplane, but definitely we have the money to do it, and that would definitely. You guys would have fun watching me struggle, I think, with the 350. So, anyways, I think that's it for today, guys. I hope you had fun. I hope you're enjoying the stream again. I probably will not be back next week, but hopefully the week after. I'm going to try for every 2 weeks. We're going to try and get a stream in. So hopefully 2 weeks from now, we will do the next leg, which is going to be, what is the next leg? It's obviously starting in Munich, but I don't think we're going back to Copenhagen. I think we're going back somewhere else. I feel like we're going to Oslo. Let's see here. No, not logbook. I'm looking for schedule. Yes. Next is Munich up to Oslo. Oslo over to Heathrow before we come back to Copenhagen again for a Rome turn. So Oslo, another new airport on the next leg. A little tiny bit longer because it's a little bit further north than Copenhagen, but pretty similar time frame, 712 miles. So these are nice, comfortable time frames. I kind of like these ones. They're really always fun and always learn something. Yeah, well, I think this was... Last one was a little frustrating with some of the issues I had with the streaming software and being stressed out about my computer. This one, I definitely feel like this was fun. I really enjoyed this one. Lots of work with all this ATC around. It's really great, but man, I have no time to talk about anything because I'm constantly listening for these radio calls. I missed some in the first stream I did in Europe there, and it's like, I don't want to fall into that trap again, so I'm really trying to listen carefully and not talk as much. But anyways, I hope you're still enjoying the stream, and I hope the rest of the week finds you guys well. Go Jays, go. Tonight's game 6. The Jays are up 3 games to 2, so if they win tonight, they clinch the World Series. If they lose tonight, then it goes to game 7 tomorrow night, but I won't be surprised either way. I would not be surprised if they win it in Game 6. Game 6, they've been on such a roll lately. I could see them shutting down the Dodgers. The Dodgers have nothing to lose. They have everything to lose tonight, so they have nothing to lose by putting up their best performance ever. So I could see it going to Game 7, but I would not be surprised if they won in Game 6. Anyways, I hope you guys will tune in and watch the game tonight. Go Jays, go. Happy Halloween. See you guys out there on the VATSIMs, guys, and enjoy the rest of your week.